loud. Was that really that noise? Sorry. Hello, hello. Hello, I'm back. I'm back home. Actually, I've been back home for a while. I've been back home for a while, but I took a few days to like recover. I say that I have not recovered. I have not recovered. I literally, after I finished my Annie live stream, sorry, I'm adjusting my mic. After I finished my Annie live stream, it was over again for my stomach. So yeah, no wine for me tonight. Hello everyone, Konkonmori Tokyo Teika Todoke Cosmia no Tokimori Aoi deyo. Hi guys, I'm your favorite funny fox next girl. Just what? I'm your favorite funny fox girl next door, Aoi Tokimori from Cosmia. And I'm back with a tummy ache. 見事にお腹を壊しました。エジプトで。やばい。ずっと続いてます。いつからかな。日曜日の夜ぐらいからずっとなんかもうお腹の調子がやばくってね。良くないんですよね。ちょっと。But yes, hello everyone. I hope you are all doing well. I have a bad case. Well, actually no, it's not bad. It could be a lot worse. I told my mother that I had gotten food poisoning, and she's like, "At least you're not throwing up." And I said, "I guess you are right about that. So at least I'm not throwing up." It does it does leave me to need long bouts of time where I am either like, this might be a little bit TMI, I don't know, but it leaves me either in bed or in the bathroom, which is not very fun. And my stomach is in a constant state of pain. Well, actually, that's not true. It doesn't hurt all the time, but when it does, it's annoying. I woke up at like 5:30 the other day, and I was like, oh, really? Take care. Thank you, Obake-chan. Welcome in. Konkonmori, irashai. Irashai, irashai. Please don't push yourself soon. Get to rest and hydrate. Yeah, I was feeling a lot better today in the morning, and then I ate lunch, and then it all kind of went downhill. So I actually started streaming. I set the stream a little bit earlier than usual today, thinking I would go longer than usual, but that might not be the case. That might end up not being the case. Did you drink the water? I did not drink the water. I only drank bottled water while I was there. I was warned against the tap water. So no, I did not drink the tap water. So I do believe that it might have something to do with the food. I ate Egyptian food exactly twice. Fresh veggies. You know what? Maybe that's the cause of it. Yeah, that might be real. Let's see. I ate. I said this a little bit earlier on Annie Live, but my first day. What the hell? What the hell? OBS. OBS, 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 please, please, please. OBS! Come back! Okay, we're back. Anyway, そう、配信が、なんか、もう、しょうがないんだよね、実はこれは。なんか今のビルって、なんか光回線入れられないっていうのでね。なんかもうこんな変な、もうやばいインターネットがね、あれだけど。もうすぐ寝るので挨拶だけでもコンコン盛りおつ盛りありがとね。ありがとう。おやすみなさい。Yeah, we're back. So let's see. It's been a while now. It's been since Sunday night. Yep. It's been since Sunday night. I feel fine. It's just my stomach does not feel fine. Like there's a lot of like I don't feel any like I never got a fever. I never got like Yeah, I never got a fever. I never got any, like, worrying. My God. I hate my internet! I hate my internet! I hate the internet! I hate my internet! What the hell? I hate my internet! What's going on? Oh my God. Oh my God. It keeps disconnecting. It keeps disconnecting. This internet's so annoying because it's like, the French buildings are so old, that like you just literally, you can't put fiber internet in a lot of the buildings. I think I got lucky with my last apartment. Maybe it's not your internet. I think it is my internet, and the reason I think it's my internet is because, I was able to stream on AniLive even through tethering. Like, I was able to, even without Wi-Fi, I was able to tether from my Android to my iPhone and stream on AniLive through there. So it seems that AniLive is able to run on very low, like, internet. So I think it also could be an issue with my Ethernet, but I also don't really want to not literally stop. Literally stop. Literally stop. This is so annoying. I literally want to, like, break my internet. I want to break it. Anyway. I don't know why it's doing this, actually. It's weird. Either with your internet, that must be your home internet, that's a problem. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it is, because this has actually been a recent thing. It actually did really well up until... That's crazy. That's crazy. It keeps going in and out. Do you think I should try, maybe I should try streaming on Wi-Fi for a second. Okay, looks like I'm going to attempt to stream on Wi-Fi. Anyway, hello. Hopefully this works, but we'll see. It'd be weird. Wait, so, I mean, is there... Okay, arigato. Hello. Hello. Nope. Hello? Is it working? It says it's disconnected. It keeps saying it's disconnected, so... It's the French. I swear to God, it's the French. It keeps saying it's disconnected. It keeps saying it's disconnected. This is giving me like anxiety. It's working? Okay. I keep getting like, I've gotten like 5 notifications that it's like disconnected. It's back. Disconnected. We're back. Disconnected. Okay, that's weird. Really weird. What do you think would be the cause for that? Do you think my Ethernet cable would my Ethernet cable be a possible issue? Because I do have like a I do have my Ethernet cable at a weird angle, so like, would it, I don't know. But I feel like it would be the same. I feel like that right now, because I have my computer on a stand and it's facing downwards. Facing down. It's probably the router, unless maybe ate it. Chances are somebody does happen. Check it has bite marks? Oh, maybe? Wi-Fi's working fine. It's probably Ethernet cable. The ports are something to do with the router. The router. Interesting. Well, if we're on Wi-Fi and it works okay, I guess we're okay. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so I've had tummy hurt since Sunday night. It is currently Thursday evening. I hope it doesn't last any longer than another like day. I hope it doesn't last longer than today. I don't want this to I don't want this I don't want this to continue until tomorrow. It's testing the limits of my sanity, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it kind of sucks, but I don't know. Go see a doctor? Is it that bad? I thought that this was like a thing that people did. I don't know. I've actually never had this. I've never had food poisoning before, actually. One of the Ethernet cables at work has a side gig as a permanent works fine. Okay, well, something is amiss then. Something is amiss that I probably will not understand. It's been quite a while. Yeah, it has kind of been a while. I looked it up actually. I was just looking it up and I was like, how long does food poisoning last? And then it said like, depending on like what it is, it can last up to like 10 days. Like bad stuff can last up to like 7 to 10 days. So like, I don't know. So I was like, well, I'm still okay. So in my brain, I was like, I'm still fine. I don't know. I also don't really know like the specifics of like what what is going on. Like I don't actually know what's going on. I just know that I hurt and I should go, and then I like spend time in laying down, and then I spend time in the bathroom, and then I spend time laying down, and then it's like a, yeah. Oh my gosh. Stuff. Food poisoning is pretty broad. I've been on the thing for like 5 days. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I looked it up because I was like, oh, is this long? Is this abnormal? And I looked it up and it's like, I think it said like some last like easy, like lighter cases last like 12 to 48 hours. But then like it also wrote that it was like it could last up to like 4 days, and then some others it was like 7, and then others it was like 10. And so I was like, damn, first of all, 10 days? That sucks. But I guess I was lucky that my suspected food poisoning lasted only for 2 days. I guess for me too, it is also suspected. I believe I have food poisoning. Because I mean, like, what else are you gonna get? What else? What else are you gonna get from Egypt food? I don't know, Egyptian food. Oh, it's nice if your doctor trip is free. That's true. I mean, will my doctor trip be free? I don't know, but it'll definitely cost less than it would in the US. I'm gonna go find a doctor. Here that speaks English, because I don't want to travel. I would not like to travel all the way to Paris just to say my stomach hurts. I got my health checked up in Paris, but I have not found a doctor like here, so. And I threw it for 13 hours straight. Oh, that's as Baymax said, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your pain? I will say that most of the time it's just like a very light discomfort, like 2. Well, if 0 is no pain at all, then maybe like 3. But like when it, well, yeah, but then I'm like, oh, my stomach hurts. Like when it actually hurts, it's like 5, maybe. So, like it feels like a normal stomach ache. Like I don't feel like I don't feel like nauseous or anything. It just feels like a normal stomach ache. Yeah. Yeah, if it lasts for like an abnormally long amount of time, it will be time for a doctor trip. Food poisoning caused my IBD. Ah, I see. I was not aware that food poisoning was such a killer. Not a killer. If you know what I mean. Like I didn't know that it was such a thing. I thought it was just something that people got. People who are more adventurous than foods than I. The Curse of the Mummy. It could be. Maybe I did something bad. Was I not supposed to take pictures in that tomb? Another factor is food local stomach can handle and nobody else. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think I ate very like normal Egyptian foods. Although I didn't eat very many Egyptian foods. I will say that I ate more burgers than Egyptian food. I ate more burgers than I ate Egyptian food while in Egypt. So Makes you go pretty annoying. Yeah, it was just one time though. It was only one time that I woke up. So other than that, it's been okay. Like, it doesn't bother me too much. Also, I need to stop eating so fast. Like, I'm still hungry. Like, I have my appetite, and so I need to stop eating fast. Like, I don't know. I feel like that's like ruining a lot of things. And I also need to eat things that are just like better for my stomach in general. Because I'm like, I have this freaking, I went to lunch the other day and freaking this, oh, that's what I ate today. Maybe that's the problem. I went to lunch the other day and like this pork and like noodles, like pork and like pasta came out. And I was like, it was okay. It's not great, but it wasn't great. But I was like, oh, there's way too much of this. And so I had to take it home, and then it lasted me for like 2 more days, including today. So that's what I had for lunch today. And it's pretty heavy. It's not like light on the stomach. So I think like that's also part of it. Like if I was just sitting here eating like, if I was just sitting here drinking like chicken noodle soup or whatever, like maybe I would be in a better place. How's the Egypt doing? Well, I'm poisoned, but I'm okay. Chew your food. I need to. I'm usually. It's either I'm like the slowest eater ever, or I can finish a meal within like 10 minutes. Like maybe 10 minutes is still slow. Actually, people eat abnormally fast, in my opinion. People need to slow down. Baba Ganoush just healthy, I think. I think so. I think so. It's just like it's just it's eggplant, right? Has it improved at all since you started? If you're having diarrhea for more than 2 days, you generally see a doctor. I didn't know that actually. But then again, I've never had diarrhea for more than 2 days, so I've never had a reason to go see the doctor. But yeah, I don't know. Has it improved? I don't know, actually. I mean, I feel fine. It's just my stomach is like I'm technically a functioning human being. Like this isn't like this doesn't like leave me incapable of like doing daily duties in any way. It's just like, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, you could be right. I guess I'll if it doesn't get better by like tomorrow, I guess I'll look into seeing a doctor. I'll cook you soup, please. Please, I need soup. I could just go to the store too. 10 minutes is fast now. I think so. I don't know. Like, well, maybe not 10 minutes. Maybe not 10. Maybe 10 is an exaggeration. I think usually like 20. Like if I'm like fast. If I feel like I'm fast, like I'll finish eating in like 20 minutes. And I know because I watch anime while I eat. And so like when one episode finishes and I'm done with my food, I'm like, huh? Like that's fast. Because sometimes I take like 3, you guys. Sometimes I take a full hour to eat my food. Eggplant, lemon, and smoked paprika. Yeah, paprika. Yeah, eggplant, and I don't know. Actually, yeah, I only heard about the eggplant, so I didn't know. But it was okay. I only had a little bit of it, but it was good. I mean, I had it in like one of the like falafels or whatever. So used to eating fast. Yeah, I think a lot of people eat really fast. I'm kind of like envious because when you're at dinner with like a lot of people, it's kind of hard when you're the slow eater because you always finish last and you feel like you're keeping people waiting. So you're silent because you said you're in bed a lot. I am in bed a lot. But maybe that's independent of my maybe that's independent of my stomach. But I do I do find my stomach like hurting a lot just in general. Like it yeah, I am functioning. It's not leaving me unable to function, but it is inconvenient. It is inconvenient because my stomach hurts. I've ever swallowed a bone? No, I'm really bad at eating things on bones. Like I'm the type of person who can't get all the meat off the bone very well. When you turn to your bed later, check. Yeah, I need to. Getting anything English speaking here is annoying though. I literally have to go onto Facebook. I'm on my Facebook being like, hello, Facebook. Hello, English-speaking people. Does anyone know where I can find a doctor? Like, I gotta wait for people to reply on Facebook. Yeah, that's my... that's my... Oh, wow. I love this crunchy internet. I see you. I see that. I see that internet. I saw the internet. It literally became like... It became red. It became red for like a whole 5 seconds. Anyway. Konkomori, welcome in. Hello. They say eating fast is bad for you, though. Apparently, so I guess it's a good thing that I can just sort of digest my food, or eat one that I eat really slowly. But by the end, it's like, my food's really cold. My food's really cold, and I've kept people waiting, so it doesn't really feel all that great. That's why it's hard for me to, like, I don't like courses. Like, I don't like course meals, because, like, they only bring you the next stuff when, like, everyone's done eating, and I, like, I'm, like, holding up the line, you know what I mean? Slow eaters at a restaurant are the best. They let us stay sitting for longer. You know what? I'm glad that you think so. I'm glad that you have that sort of outlook, because I feel like a lot of people are kind of like, what? Why are you eating so slow? They're like squeezing pain? No, I don't know. I mean, it just feels like a regular stomach ache. Like, it doesn't feel like anything out of the ordinary. Like any strange stomach ache that I've ever had. My stomach does make a lot of noise though. It goes like, it's talking. My stomach talks. That's why I like eating out alone. I finish like 15 minutes average. That's fast. The internet. I'm the kind of just lady. I'm telling you. People do it. Okay, I think it also is because like I never ate dinner with family. My family never ate dinner together, nor we don't. I mean, well, we go out. When we go out, yes, we'll eat dinner together, of course, but like at home, we don't like. I've never had the like, oh, we go set the table for dinner. Like, no, like at home, we all eat when we want to eat. There's never a set time for dinner. And we're usually just like eating whatever. Like if my mom makes it, then like we'll take it whenever we feel like it. So I've never had to like I've never had to finish like for any purpose. Like I've always been able to eat as slow as I want. And I think that plays a factor in not being able to eat fast unless unless something like overtakes me. Makes sense. Yeah. My parents yell at me to eat fast when the food is warm. Yeah, my mom does that too, but it's not because it has anything to do with her. It's because she wants me to eat it while, like, she wants me to eat her delicious food while it's warm. It's not really to do with, like, it's not like, get a move on, we all gotta clean up, like, not that sort of thing. Yeah, my parents, we never ate dinner together. I think that, sometimes now we have like my grandpa over for dinner and like some relatives, and sometimes like we've started eating dinner together like that way, but that always feels weird to me. Like I've always felt very strange sitting around a table, because like when I go over to friends' houses, I have to sit around the table because a lot, you know, people, it's normal to eat dinner as a family, and I'm like, I always feel really uncomfortable because like I don't know, like I think that's why I also developed an inability to talk while eating. It's like I have to do one or the other, because I've never had to eat and talk at the same time. Whereas, you know, with families, if you surround the dinner table and you like eat together, then you have to talk and eat, and it's like this multitasking thing like is like happens. But I've never had to do that. When I got food poisoning, it was only for 3 days, and my guts got F for life. Oh no, it's been 5 days. Oh dang. That sucks. Yeah, I guess that is very scary, huh? I mean, I thought that food poisoning was just something that people got. Sibling table wars with yeah, don't have any of those either. me, myself, and I, and my dad, I guess. Hello, Aoi, how you been? Okay. I mean, good. I mean, Egypt was fun. It was good. I was saying early on Annie Live, like, it was an experience. I think it was a really good experience, and I'm glad I went. I don't know if I'd go again, though. Like it was a bit tiring in a lot of ways, in various different ways. You'll never talk with your mouth full. Yeah, I suppose so. Or well, I don't know. Maybe I didn't learn enough table manners. Maybe I will talk with my mouth full, like unknowingly. But I don't know. I try not to. I don't know. I have a very doting mother. So when I was little, for a very long time, probably up until I was like in middle school or something, I would eat lunch or dinner, and my mom would like read books to me. So like I would just sit there and listen. Like it was never like a conversation thing. Like my mom would just read to me. Which, thinking back on that, like that's a little weird. But I mean, at least I read now, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Eating has always been like a strange like thing for me. Did you get solicited by the people willing to give you free maps to play? Not maps, but definitely taxis. Always like I was like, oh, you walk outside, like along the touristy areas. Taxi, 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 taxi. Hello, 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 my friend. Hello, taxi. Hello. And then, yeah, Tokimori was it was good. And then I became a better reader than she, and we stopped that practice. I'd read fanfics too. You eat. Aw, that's cute. So sweet. That's a good soundboard. Hello, taxi. Hello. Hello, my friend. Hello. Are you feeling better now? Yes and no. Yes and no. And then let's see. Oh, and then you walk outside and you hear, ni hao, ni hao, hello, ni hao, ni hao, China, China, China. So, it's a little tiring. People get really close to you. At some point, I started ignoring people. At some point, I started keeping my head down and just walking. I mean, like, thankfully, I wasn't alone. Like, I have a friend that lives, in Cairo, so it was, like, it's not like I was, like, alone in that place, but, like, in that place. But definitely was a little bit, I was like, oh no. And you know, you guys, I can get ni hao, okay? I can get ni hao. Like, at least it means hello. But when you start shouting like country names at people, it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know, how would you feel? How would you feel if you came to my country and I just was like, oh, Africa! Africa! Like, no. You don't, you don't do that. You don't do that. It's just, I don't know. So, I don't know. Egypt is kind of well known for tourist traps too. Yeah, I kind of want to like talk about, well, I don't know if I want to talk about this here because I feel like it'll start like, unwanted, well, not unwanted, but I feel like it'll start like debates that I've like, but definitely, yeah, the Egypt trip made me rethink my, I don't know. It made me rethink my definition of like tourist traps. Like, like, it's interesting. I don't know. It made me think about a lot. Like and of course, like it was my first time. It was my first time in an African country, and yeah, I've never been to a country like that. So I was like, so it was definitely interesting. I mean, I would have never. Oh, that's something I wouldn't have thought I would experience. I don't know. Like, it was really cool. I mean, eye-opening. There we go. Yeah. In a good way or bad way? It depends. It depends on how you, like, think about it, I guess. Like, I think that I think it made me think a lot about privilege and a lot about, like, I don't know. There's a lot of things that I guess I could go into, but I had a debate. I had a debate with one of my friends because we were talking about, like, whether or not to, like, sort of fall into tourist traps. I shouldn't say fall in because you're not like willingly. But the thing about Egypt is that Egypt is apparently not a tipping culture. Like, you don't need to tip people unless you, like, feel, like, so inclined. And I think especially because, like, I had a friend that, like, that lives daily life in the country, it was a little different than had I been with, like, a bunch of tourists. So I think we kind of took the local route, if you know what I mean. Hi chat, hello, welcome in. Thank you for the membership milestone. So I think we spent a lot of time, like, not going into, like, or, like, not giving more than a local would. You know what I mean? Like the ferry dude, I don't know, the ferry ticket person tried to overcharge us, for example. And thankfully, because I have a friend who lives there and speaks Arabic a little bit, they were like, that's not right. Like, I looked at it, like, that's not the right price. And I mean, it was the equivalent of, like, 20 cents, maybe. Like, I don't know. I think that's probably one of the most important things about tourism on the holiday. You don't really realize how much your mindset can change by visiting new places different from what you used to. Yeah, definitely. I don't think, I don't know. I don't think well-traveled people are any, like, more, like, woke or, you know, I don't know, are superior than people who are not well-traveled. I don't know. I don't especially like people who use, like, I've been to 38 countries as, like, a badge of honor, and a lot of times I'll be like, so what? But yeah, I guess there are a lot of things to, like, think about. Leadership story, yes. Yeah, like, the thing, so, and there are a lot of, like, taxi drivers who will try to sort of, like, not ask you for more money. I think someone trying to overcharge you for the ferry is like, okay, but, like, when giving, like, a tip and, like, they ask, there was a moment where we tried to give a tip and they tried to ask for more. I say more as in it's probably the equivalent of, like, 50 cents. Or, well, I mean, they didn't ask for 50 cents exactly, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, when, I think my personal definition of tourist traps was something that doesn't feel good, like, for me. Like, oh, I followed this Japanese man who said we have good booze and nice girls, and then he fined me, and then my bill came out to $2,000. Like, you know, like amounts of money that are unrealistic for the things that you're doing. Whereas, I don't know, it really made me think about, like, how much, like, what are you willing, like, what are you willing to do, I guess? I don't know, like, I don't know, I don't think I'm phrasing it very well. I'm not sure if I'm explaining what I haven't quite processed my thoughts either on the subject, I don't think. But I was talking a little bit earlier with one of my friends, and we were saying, like, well, if my $1 can make this person feel like better, or my $1 can go a long way for this person, like, will you, like, is it worth it to just pay up? Like, I don't know, it just made me, like, think about things, because, like, I tend to, like, live on the, I try not to spend too much money, or, like, try not to pay more than I need to. But I mean, seeing people who are a lot less fortunate than I, my tender heart, then is not, okay, makes you, I don't know, it makes me rethink. I mean, of course it makes me rethink the value of $1, and, like, well, it's not like I'm going to go around to all the children in the streets of Egypt and be like, you get $1 and you get $1. Like, that's not, I don't think that's gonna solve anyone's problems. At the same time, like, when the taxi driver, or when someone who has, like, done something for you says, like, oh, this isn't enough, or, like, some, I don't know. Well, I mean, it's not like they're being mean. Technically, they give up really fast, too, but, like, I don't know. And as a tourist, it's so difficult because you never really know. You never really know, like, is this normal? Like, is this amount of tip, like, I'm giving this person a tip, but would someone else tip more? Or, like, is this a normal amount? Like, you know, in the States where, like, you should tip 20%, or, like, less if you don't feel like you got good service, or, like, that sort of stuff. But I don't know. I don't know. Did I fall into any tourist traps? Perhaps. I was charged an extra 20 cents, perhaps, for a bag of chips. If that makes any difference. Like, that's the sort of stuff, like, do I care? The question is, like, do I care, right? You get what you want for the price you're okay with, it's not a trap. Yeah, that's what I was talking with my friend about earlier. Like, yeah, would I have wanted to save that 20 cents? Probably. But, like, do I really care that much? I still got my chips. Yeah. I don't know. I've had the, we don't have change. Ah, interesting. Yeah, I mean, like, if I feel, like, gross about it, I'm like, oh my god, this dude took $20 from me and I don't have $20, like, that's bleh, or whatever, but I don't know. So there's more taking advantage of the unaware. Well, I don't know if that's not even my, I think what I'm trying to say is that, like, the way that I went about this Egypt trip is I just kind of followed my friends because, like, they know what they're doing. And the way that they did it was very much the way of the locals, where they were like, no, we're not buying any of this stuff, we're not paying for this, we're not paying extra for any of this. And, like, as a result, of course, you get this sort of, like, not bad, I shouldn't say that, you get this sort of, like, sour interaction with people, right? Like, for the taxi drivers who are like, oh, but this tip, and then you say no, and they're like, and, like, you have, like, a sort of sour interaction even though you spent the last 40 minutes in a car with this person. Like, I don't know, would I pay that extra $1 just to end it on an okay note? Like, would I feel better about... And then the point that was, like, made when I was sort of debating this with someone else was that, well, aren't you just, isn't that sort of, like, not charity, but, like, aren't you doing that, isn't that a way to, like, sort of feel better about, like, yourself? Like, being like, oh, you know, I'll give you my $1, you know, if you feel, because you are in need of my $1, I'll give you my $1, but, like, isn't that a way to feel better about yourself? And it's like, well, yeah. Yeah, and, like, but I don't think that's a bad thing. Is it a bad thing to want to, like, is it a bad thing to feel better about yourself while also helping someone else in the process? Like, I don't know. Yeah, my own... This isn't Am I the Asshole, sort of. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. No. Yeah. My thoughts are, you get what I pay. If I get ripped off, that's on me. Most places don't have set prices and haggle culture exists. If you get out-haggled, that's on you. The taxi driver is going to overcharge the foreigners a lot. Yeah, I mean, that was the same in Egypt. Well, not really, because Uber is a thing over there, or, like, ride sharing. But yes, I've heard stories about that. I guess the question is, like, when that... Unfortunately, we live in a world where some people are very much more fortunate than others. So what if the person in your country, what if the taxi driver in your country charges double the amount that they usually would charge, but that only ends up, well, I shouldn't say only, because of course this is like definitely depends on the person, but what if that double ends up being the equivalent of $5 US? Like, there are some people who make thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars a year, so the $5, even if technically they are being ripped off, like, they're not gonna care. So I don't know. You're on the sell if you buy overpriced things. Right up nearest point, the $10. Yeah. I mean, it definitely depends, and it's up to your own virtue at the end of the day. But I always say no, sister. No. You gotta draw a line, especially when the local culture does that. Is kind of abusive. Yeah, another point that was made to me was like, well, it doesn't help anyone. It doesn't help anyone if they think that you're a gullible tourist and you give them what they're asking for, then you're just perpetuating the sort of like culture of let's get more money from tourists, and that's not a good thing. And I mean, like, yeah, I can totally agree with that. I don't know. Maybe it's just my like non-confrontational nature that's just like, oh, I don't know. But thankfully it was a lot of like splitting of costs. So at the end of the day, I didn't have to. I just have to send my portion of money to my friends because they just sort of took care of everything, and I was like, okay, I'll pay back later. Like, so. It's to have a better experience overall. Exactly. Yeah, that was my, yeah, that was how I felt about it. That I just, yeah. So rich people justifies anywhere. I don't know. They're being nice and ask for tips. I mean, I think there's a difference between like, they can be mutually exclusive, right? Like, can they? I don't know. That's another good question though. Is someone who is asking for more tips than you give, does that make them like not nice? I don't know. I think they can be mutually, I personally think that they can be mutually exclusive. I don't know. To make quit taking taxi drivers, get the driver's name, report. Yeah, they definitely rip you off. That's actually just the new market rate if they do it all the time. Call them McDonald's. Think you're really thinking about it, how different countries have different payouts for jobs. I think I said like, at the end of the day, like, everyone wants money, you know. It's like you go to your boss. When you need a raise, you go to your boss and you're like, hey. But it's like Uber, you know. It's like it's not like I don't know. It's like Uber. Like, technically in that moment, like, you are their boss. Like, I said that, like, I feel like they can be mutually exclusive. Like, someone can be a fine person, but they can want money just as much as the next. Like, I don't know. They would charge 5 times more. A breaking point is that they would refuse locals. I mean, okay, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think at the point where it becomes, like, a local issue, it's like, but I don't know. Do you blame the tourists? Like, who do you blame, right? If you feel comfortable paying that much in a taxi in your country, then it'd be fine. But so that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. Is it, if you don't feel ripped off, is it okay? I guess it's just what I thought about a lot. You want to leave? You want to leave the room? It's so warm in here. I don't know why you want to leave. Mimi wanted to leave the room, but it's warm. I have the heater on. Well, yeah, I don't know. That was just something that I thought about. It just made me rethink my sort of, my sort of idea of what I thought, like, a quote-unquote tourist trap is. There's no governance. Who determines what's fair? Yeah, I mean, it was a chaotic country, so. There are no lanes. There are no lanes in Egypt. I think there are lots of countries like this, but there are just no lanes, so you just kind of drive wherever the hell you want. Price discrimination is weird. We do it all the time for age groups and for students. That's true. And I think even in Egypt, yeah, there was we didn't end up taking a train, but we were going to take a train between cities, and it was for I think like for 3 people it was going to be like 75 USD, which is a lot, you guys. That's a lot in Egyptian pounds. Like that is a lot. But it's the foreigner price. Like apparently it's just like a thing. Like it is a rule. It is a rule in Egypt that you have to charge foreigners more for the train tickets. So I don't know. There's a term in economics to describe this, a fair price bargaining value or something. Basically, a lot comes down to how much you're willing to pay given the context. Oh. But then is it? I don't know. But then is it like? Is it bad that it's left up to the tourists in these places where there's less regulation and people are more able to get away with that kind of stuff? I don't know. It's like, do you blame the tourists? Do you blame the tourists for paying more? Like they wouldn't. They don't know any better technically, or they would be they would be perfectly willing to pay that much for a taxi in their own country. So, yeah, are they wrong for putting that much money out in a foreign country? I don't know. You have good times in Egypt. I did. I think it was a good experience. I saw a lot of things. Met a lot of people. Very cool. Very, very cool overall. I'll take my leave for the day. Thank you for the comfy catch-up. Oh, thank you. Have a good rest of your day. If it were me, I'd probably just pay the overcharge because I'm non-confrontational. Me too. But like when your friends say you shouldn't do that because it'll reinforce a culture of overcharging people. For the greater good, especially provide a standard service. Personal bias, but I'd say that yes, the tourists do hold a fair amount of responsibility, especially if they don't do their research. I don't know. I guess my question is like, do we think that tourists then hold the responsibility for how the country turns out after that? Like, yeah, of course it's gonna push the standards that we can get money from tourists or whatever. But like, for example, there was this little boy. There were a few little boys. There were a few little boys running around selling headscarves and bracelets. We said no. I did not need a headscarf nor a bracelet. But they were like $1, $2, whatever. But like, and that's pretty. I mean, I wouldn't say it's like crazy expensive, but like it's, you know, it's enough. It's a okay amount in the Egyptian pound. They're like, oh, $1, $2, five for $1, like that sort of stuff. We didn't buy anything, but there was a French tourist who did. She bought a headscarf, and I don't know, but I mean, it's a good. I mean, but does that perpetuate the idea that, oh, like the little kids are like, oh, we can get money from tourists, and so they're gonna run around selling their stuff to tourists? But I mean, it's not like the tourists, like, they're getting something too. I don't know. There's always a yes and no answer. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I enjoy thinking about it, and I enjoy debating about it. I'm not technically looking for an answer. I'm just thinking out loud, I guess. But that's the sort of stuff that I was thinking about while I was there. It made me think and become a little bit more aware, I guess. Yeah, I'm aware that there's no like right or wrong answer to this kind of stuff, but it's kind of interesting to think about. That's the failing of the country. Yeah, I think I would say I kind of lean towards that. And I mean, of course, research should be done. Of course, research should be done, but it's just like, you know, some people come on big tourist bus, you know, buses, big tourist buses. I don't know. Marketing to the right demographic. TikTok does that with US journal stuff. Real, that's me. I'm in bullet journals. That's what they're called. I'm in bullet journal TikTok. God. Smart business. It is. Local souvenirs, yeah. Buy local to help, yeah. I mean, it's just a small business, so I understand. I feel like as the business becomes more public, yeah, so, Governing sections, they regulate to a certain degree so tourists get a good experience, but in practice is barely effective. Yeah, I mean, of course, in a perfect world, we would like there not to be tourist traps. You hear recently about, even in Japan, like they started, you hear about some restaurants that give you the gaijin menu and the prices are hiked up compared to like regular menus. It's like, do you consider this like a foreigner tax? Like, what do you like at that point? Like, what do you do? What do you say? One of my friends that I was talking to was like, well, at the end of the day, like your $5 bowl of ramen is your $5 bowl of ramen if you're coming from like a rich country. So, but I can see that. I mean, I can see that because I'm that type of person. Like, I'm not the type to be like, wow, they're charging me, a foreigner, 50 cents more for this for this potato chip bag? Unheard of. Like, I'm still gonna pay it. I got my potato chips. Like, but yeah. As long as it's not overly absurd going the extra mile just to get over it, to make the experience better is worth it. I agree. One of my friends, the local friend, was like, yeah, one time I got caught by this guy who was like, oh, hey, like, I'll help you, this and that and the other. And he's like, oh, I'll take you this place, I'll take you this place. And he was like, oh, no, thank you. But, like, he wouldn't leave him alone. So and he kept asking for money. So he gave him, like, the equivalent of, like, 50 cents to, like, leave. He was like, just leave. So, I don't know. The extra 50 cents to say, okay, if you want this 50 cents so badly, have it, leave, get out of my way. Like, I don't know. Seeing the gaijin menu was just funny as I can read and speak Japanese. As how much are the prices hiked up? I will never experience this in my life, so. I have these thoughts when I see Americans with the same show as me getting paid 2 times. Oh no. The currencies. Hi, Aoi, hello. Sounds like your trip to Egypt was great fun. It was interesting. It was interesting and fun in many ways, I would say. Fun in many ways, but also like, whoa. I don't know. There's a lot to think about. Lots of new experiences. Like, it's like 25. That's a lot. That's a lot. I mean, yeah. As someone who lived in Japan, and I mean, like, if I went to a restaurant and suddenly the menu that I got was like, you know, 1,250 yen instead of 1,000 yen, I'd be like, hello. But I mean, yeah. And then of course, if you're making, could never be me, but I do have friends. Like, if you're making like $300,000 USD a year, you look at that, and if you didn't understand Japanese at all, you'd be like, huh, okay. And you don't speak Japanese and you don't have the will to fight it, then you say, okay, well. I'm reminded of one of my friends who, this is a little different, and it probably is not the same. It's not the same mentality, but I don't know. I have a friend who does make a lot of money a year, and who has a lot of friends like me, and some people in our friend group who are students or like not broke students or like not really, you know, we don't really have that much money to like just throw around. And we'll go to yakiniku, and as you know, at yakiniku you can choose different like types. Like, you get the cheap set and like order, and your choices are pretty limited, but then like if you pay a little bit more every time, then you can get more variety of meats and like sides and stuff like that. I have this friend who makes a lot more money than the rest of us. But we'll go to yakiniku, and a lot of us like poorer friends will be like, can we just get the cheap one? And my friend will always say, but this one's better. I'll pay the difference. So they end up paying the difference for all of us. And I don't know, is it the same? Are we talking about like the same thing here? Like, because they think in their mind like it's worth it. It's worth it to get the extra meal, or the extra meal. It's worth it to get the extra types of meats. Like, are they paying a lot more? Yeah, they are, but yeah. Gotta charge, yeah, locals get, yeah, that real. 100 yen Tokimori definitely wouldn't let us out. Yeah, when you live there, I that's what I was talking about earlier as I was like sorting through all of these like thoughts. I was talking to my friend and I was sort of sorting through my thoughts, and I was like, yeah, I was thinking about the gaijin menu in Japan, and like, why does that make me so much more like annoyed than the please give me $1 in Egypt? Like, what's the difference at this point? At this point, it's the same, because $1 equals like a whole lot of yen at this point. But maybe it's just because I live there. Maybe it's a side effect of being a local there, and like seeing people get ripped off like that in a place that you live is a lot worse than being on the other end of it, being a foreigner on the other end of it. I don't know. Real one, yep. They're a real one. You're eating together, why not? Yeah, I mean, if you are that financially stable and you really want that meat, like, why not, you know? I guess. I don't know. Google says 13% of individuals make over 100k a year. That makes your friend quite wealthy. My friend is quite wealthy. I do have a good amount of software engineer friends. Well, I shouldn't say a good amount. I have a few. Nothing wrong with treating your friends. Yeah, I have friends uncomfortable buying appetizers, but I want them and I want them to have them too. Yeah, no. That's those are my my software engineer friends. Are they're real ones. They are real ones. I think it's because you can't negotiate the price and just pay it or get out. Part of it may also be that you know it's a ripoff while they're not aware of it. That's true. That's very true. My older brother makes triple the amount I do, and I never pay for food. Nice. I'm underpaid for a software engineer, and I still feel guilty when people tell me how much they make. Oh wow, you're software engineers, you guys. I used to have a friend that would I'm trying to think of the word. They would like talk shit about software engineers because they were like, they're getting paid too much. In my mind, I'm like, well, get that bag, I guess. We are getting our comeuppance soon. Where you are? No, why? What? You realize it's cold out there? It's so warm in here. Okay. Yes? Oh my god! That was the worst way you could have gotten up here. You see my knee? My knee's right here. You could have gotten up this way. But no. You chose the worst way to get up here. So the US, the software engineers are paid a lot. Well, I'm glad that my software engineer friends all live in the US then. Canadian software engineer, I rag on devs that make more than me as a daily task. The job secure? I don't know. Ask the software engineers. Software engineering is easy. Just know a lot of things. Really? I can't program for shit, so I don't know if I could do that. Okay, can you not put your paws in my doors? That's not. There's not. Those are not yours to touch. I would say software engineers are like the only profession that are paid appropriately. Everyone else is grossly underpaid. Gyakuni? I can see that actually. You know what? I agree. Let's push that standard. Right, Mimi? Right? She says yeah. But anyway, all in all, my trip to Egypt was a good experience. Did I take pictures? I did. I might show them on stream sometime like next week though. The thing is like whenever I do Zatsus in English, I tend to get ridiculously sidetracked, so it's kind of hard to show pictures on stream. So if you want to see pictures, you can watch the VOD of my Whoa. He's on. Stop. Those are my suitcases. If you knock a suitcase over, that's not gonna be my problem. Issue. What souvenirs did you get? I didn't get any. Oh no, that's wrong. I got a hat. I bought a hat. It was like 5 USD. It was like the equivalent of 5 USD. See, that's what I'm saying, you guys. I'm like, dang, that's bang for my buck. But it also wasn't given. I also did not get it from like a sort of like, like it was, the price was not hiked up for me because I was a tourist. Do you haggle? No, it was just in a store. What kind of hat? It's a cap. It's a corduroy. It's like a corduroy cap. It was so helpful. I'm so glad I had it because it's sunny. It was very sunny. Of course, it was Egypt. You know what other bang? Whoa, bless you. You know what other bang I got for my buck? My friend had coupons to McDonald's in Egypt, and so we got to use a coupon that was like 2 Big Mac meals for like $9. Bang for my buck. Bless you. Yeah, Mimi sneezed. Coupons. Show us the hat. I do have a picture of the hat actually. I haven't looked over any of my pictures though. I have to make sure they're like, gotta make sure they're like stream safe and stuff. But I will I'll probably do like a JP main like chat because like JP bros really like do like, I don't know, they really took on to like the the stories. So I think I'll do a trip JP main chat next week, and then I'll post all the pictures as a dump on my alt or something. Yeah, McDonald's, no wonder you're sick. I ate it like halfway through I ate it like early on though. I do think that it was probably okay. It was either the pizza. It would be really weird if it was the pizza, but then again, like, I don't know. So I don't know how long it takes for food poisoning to set in, but the Egyptian food we had, like, it was a good like 24 hours before the food poisoning set in. So especially at a Big Mac which has lettuce on it. I don't think the timing works out because unless it takes like 4 whole days for unless it takes 4 whole days for food poisoning to set in. It definitely. The water, maybe. The same size as the US ones. Yeah, I think so? I don't know. I guess I haven't really had a Big Mac in the US, really. That should be the best for the cut, though. Yeah! 1 hour to 12. 1 to 2 days? Or is it too long? Yeah, so maybe it could be both then. Because, like, well, not both, but it's one or the other. So I had the night, I assumed it was the Egyptian food because like Egyptian food. But I had the Egyptian food like a good, like probably 24 hours ish before the stomach pains set in. And then for, let's see. Ooh, but the pizza? The pizza that I had just before like getting ready to go on the airplane, that was more like an hour or an hour and a half, maybe? An hour? Probably an hour. The pizza only took it, so if it was the pizza that caused this, then the food poisoning would have started to set in only after an hour. But the local food, the Egyptian food that I had was 24 hours, so it is possible. Okay, so it could be the local food. The possibility that it is the local food is pretty high. 30 minutes to 3 weeks. Oh, interesting. Welcome to microbes in the normally. Yeah, I assumed it was the Egyptian food just because it's like that's what I like. It was literally, we just got like delivery. We just got like delivery Egyptian food, so yeah, that might be it. 3 weeks. Yeah, I guess I'll have to do some research. Guess I'll have to do some research. Oh my god, not Google, not the like recommended Google searches being, is food poisoning contagious? Stupid. Well, yeah, between 6 and 72 hours, it says. Oh. Salmonella. Campylobacter. I'm looking at all the different types. I drank spoiled tea and my body reacted around half hour later. Oh, stomach flu. Stomach flu might get them mixed up. Oh, I didn't know stomach flu was contagious. I guess it's a virus. Okay, Google AI summary. Oh my god. I haven't seen those actually. I've only seen those like on Twitter. Some of those vomit. Ew. It kind of sounds like you have E. coli, which can take 4 to 7 days. Oh, interesting. Is food poisoning hereditary? I remember restaurants in different countries have different hygiene standards. Yeah, that makes sense. Of course. Contaminated water. Campylobacter. How long it takes for symptoms to appear? Between 2 to 5 days. I guess, yeah, between 2 to 5 days. So it could have, honestly, it could have been the McDonald's. that means it could have been anything that we ate. In theory. Because I think, like, I was there for, what? 5-ish days total? Like, yeah, 5-ish? 5 to 6. I wasn't salty at McDonald's. Oh my god. The E. coli. Is food poisoning cancers? Headache, fever, tiredness. 3 days? Oh, no. How long systems? About 5 days. 2 to 5 days. 3. Oh, no. Okay. About 1 week. Oh, there we go. E. coli. Lasts for... Oh, could be. Could be, because this only has, like, the diarrhea, abdominal cramps as symptoms. Like, I never got a headache. Like, I never got fever. Like, was I tired? I guess so, but I think that was just from, like, annoyed. Like, I think that was just, like, annoyance from being, like, in pain. When I asked my doctor friend, she goes, literally, it could be anything. Good luck. Oh, no. You're right. It could be a E. coli. You're right. I mean, because a lot of these are, like, extreme. A lot of these seem very extreme. The food poisoning. The other ones, because, like, I don't have any of these symptoms. Didn't get a fever. No nausea. Definitely no nausea. No vomiting. Definitely no vomiting. No headache either. I don't know. Water on salads. Is E. coli bad though? Yeah, I guess. I mean, if it's E. coli, does E. coli do I need to get some antibiotics? Antibiotics? It's not a nut allergy. Honestly, I would have preferred a nut allergy. I would have rather had a nut allergy. Because the nut allergies are over. I just go to sleep and I wake up and I'm like, okay, I'm better. Saying you should get some regardless, but it'll probably clear up in a couple of days. I see. Did you get... Oh, did you get antibiotics? Antibiotics? Because you're used to them? Yes and no. I think it's just because, like, I want this to be over. Like, with a nut allergy, I know that, like, if it's a bad nut allergy, I know that once I throw up, like, it's just gonna be it's a few hours of really horrible discomfort and then it's over. But, like, this is, like, not bad. Like, this is not, like, I'm not suffering. I'm just, like, in a constant, like, state of, like, kind of discomfort all day. Maybe not all day, but, like, for multiple times a day. And that's annoying, you know? Like, that's more annoying than if I were to just throw up whatever I'd eaten. Same reason why you don't drink tap water. Yeah, I mean, I didn't drink the tap water, but of course, water could be everywhere. True, could have been the McDonald's. Maybe they washed the lettuce in the tap water and it didn't come off. Wasn't that bad at all. It honestly sounds like what you have, but only lasted 3 days. That's still a lot, though. I wasn't expecting this to last long. Are we complaining about not suffering enough? No! I don't want to suffer. I don't want to suffer. I'm just saying I'd rather suffer a lot in, like, the span of, like, 2 hours than to have to suffer every day for 2 hours a day. Mimi, you're annoying. Gotta check what waiting need. I'll probably sort it out. Quick pain rather than slow discomfort. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, all the drinking water was drunk exclusively from bottles, so I was like, But eat some local dish, anything interesting? Not especially. I had Egyptian kebab, which is not super different. Well, it is a little different actually. It was like smaller. It was like smaller than French kebabs. Like French, or well, I shouldn't say French because it's more like Turkish, but these were a little bit more thin. Maybe I just didn't get ones that were like thick, but I don't know. It was okay. I prefer the Turkish ones, but I prefer the Turkish ones, but you're okay. And then the local food, the kofta, yeah. The kofta was pretty good. It's like lamb shish kebab. No, lamb meatballs, sorta. That was good. I mastered the art of throwing up over the toilet once. That's crazy. I don't throw up very often. The only time I throw up is when I have nut allergies, so. I would drama queen breakdown when he's like, real? Oh my god, no, I know what you mean though. Like, when you can't breathe, like through, because of allergies, you feel so trapped. Like, I get it. You haven't drinking the same bottle for over 48 hours? I don't think so. Like, it was hot, so we went through water pretty fast. Do you eat street food or just from stores or restaurants? Well, the pizza was from a restaurant. Oh, we had Japanese food. That was pretty good. But that was in like the Japanese food was in like the Hilton. Like, it was like it was, I mean, it wasn't expensive because it was like in European or whoa, hello? Why? Oh my god. Why did you knock that over? Anyway, she just knocked over a box in the closet. I start breathing through my mouth to eat the suffering. Yeah, same. I become a mouth breather. Me being a stinker. She probably wants to go outside or something. What the cat doing? But yeah, suffocating from allergy sounds scary. I've been told I have an EpiPen for hypoallergenicism. No, whatever. But I've never experienced it, so I don't know. I don't know what it feels like. Anaphylactic shock. There it is. Japanese food in Egypt. Yeah, you know, people wanted to eat it, so I was like, okay. It was good. Let's see. But street food, I guess you could call it street food. Yeah, oh yeah. There was a day where we had a bit of falafel as well. Any places in Egypt that you've been to that have to ignore? Oh yeah, I mean, we went to like the places in Egypt. I mean, besides like the beaches, for like actual nice, relaxing, whatever. No, it was pretty rough. It was pretty rough sightseeing. It was more like, let's go see the tombs, the Valley of the Kings. That's what it's called. That's where they discovered all the tombs and the cave paintings and the everything. Yeah. And Abu Simbel, which is like the big, you know, the big what do you call that? Temple. Yeah, the tombs. Falafel and baba ganoush. Yeah, relatively healthy and not easy for picky eaters. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that you recognize my struggle. Yeah. I did try them. Falafel, it's like the bean croquettes. I forgot what kind of beans they are. But the bean croquettes are also that was also really good. Chickpea. Oh, chickpea. Yeah, chickpea. Did you see the noseless sphinx? I did. I took a picture with Iku, or well, not with. I took a picture with Iku's like goods. The sphinx, right? The pyramids of Giza, right? Giza, and the sphinx. Yeah, that was all. We like got tourist trapped for that one a little bit, but it was fine. We didn't run. We didn't run, but we got away. I literally was like, no. I said no, and then we walked away. I'd be careful eating street food. Yeah. Honestly, it could have been that too. Well, no, but I barely ate that. It's funny because I went with like two friends, one of whom was like a local to, not a local, but one who's like living in Cairo. It's me and the other one who like who are suffering right now. As people who are just like not used to it. Yeah, Giza. It was pretty cool. I do kind of wish I didn't go inside because it was hot and nothing was there. Like I was like, oh wow, like everyone's going into the pyramid. Like maybe I should go into the pyramid. I went into the pyramid. It was just hot. And gave me like sore muscles for the rest of the trip, honestly. They are climbable, but they're climbable from inside. So, and it's very narrow. So you have to like bend down and like, you gotta do all this kind of stuff. Like it's hot. Whoa. The pyramids retain a lot of heat. It's hot. Everyone who climbs up, because it takes a good amount of effort to climb all the way up. So all the people who are up there who probably have not done a lot of exercise in the past year, I don't know, people who are not quite in shape, old people too, because I feel like I saw a lot of old people who like retired old people who were like, oh, we gotta go see the 7 wonders of the world, and so they come to Egypt. They were dying. Like I saw so many people that were just horribly out of breath. Pyramid of Gizzard. Yeah, I have the Pyramid of Gizzard. Eating sore muscles. Oh, real. Yeah. It always says narrow. It must be pretty narrow. Yeah, it's pretty narrow. It's pretty narrow. Climb outside? No, you're not allowed to climb on the pyramids outside. That's not. You're not supposed to do that. You have to climb up to the entrance though. It's hard to breathe. Yeah, just because it's so hot. I wouldn't say it's like actually hard to breathe. I think they have like ventilation, some sort of ventilation like built in somehow, but it's hot. I literally went in because like you can go all the way in, probably to where like the tomb or whatever. You can go all the way into the tomb, but there's nothing there anymore because it's all been taken out and put in like museums and, you know, research and whatever. So you just walk in and it's a extremely hot room with like a tomb, or like a what do you call that? No, not a tomb, a coffin, like a stone box in the center of the room, in the center front of the room, at the head of the room. It's just a giant stone box with nothing in it. And I was like, I climbed all that to look at this, and I just walked out. Like, I was in the actual room for less than 2 minutes. I was like, okay, I'm done. I was like, okay, I'll be outside. Yeah, I don't know. The museum was a little bit more interesting because you could see they had real mummies. They had real mummies and like they had all the stuff. I saw Tutankhamun. I saw King Tut's mask, like the symbol of like Egypt or whatever. Would you want to be buried there? Never in a million years. Even my friend who lives there, cause like he's there for like school. He's there for like school and work, and so we were like talking, and I was like, oh, but he does not like Egypt. He does not like Egypt, and so I was like, oh, so does I was like, so would you ever want to come back here once you're like done with everything? He's like, nope. He was like, even if someday like I were to get like married and like my wife like asked if we could go to Egypt on our honeymoon or something, like I would say no. Like Egypt is the only place that I will refuse. And I was like, damn, all right. You had to carry a bitter story with you. Yeah, that's true. It's the experience, I suppose. I guess everyone was climbing it for the experience and not so much what they would find inside. I didn't know that. I guess I shouldn't have expected to find anything inside because they took everything out, but you know. Yeah. No daddies. No daddies, just mummies. Yeah, but I mean, all in all, I kind of feel the same way. Like I don't think I would go back. Not that I didn't have a good time. Like I think it was a good experience. It's just that like I guess there are different countries that I would rather visit next time, and like it was tiring in different ways. So I saw the pyramids. That's all I wanted to see. You know, I saw a mummy. That's all I wanted to see. I saw the mask. That's all I wanted to see. So. It was a good one-time experience. Like I don't regret it at all, and like I'm very glad that I went, and I think that it was really good. It was overall really fun. I just wouldn't do it again. A lot of countries still left to visit. Yeah, exactly. Not my cup of tea. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, everything was cheap. Like I think like that was a big thing. Like I felt like I could do anything and not have to worry too much about like how much I'm spending. Like when I went to Copenhagen, like I don't think I'm gonna go back to the Scandinavian countries anytime soon because it's just so damn expensive. Well, I don't know, maybe if someone invites me, like maybe I'll go, but like I need to actually have a plan for spending and stuff when I'm in those places because it's way too expensive to just sort of make a, like, I don't know, like Germany's close, like Spain's close, like that sort of stuff. It's like, okay, maybe I'll dish out the like, what, 20 euros to get there or whatever, and like, you know, stay in a hostel or some, I don't know, like cheap ass hotel for like, I don't know, like 20 euros or like maybe even less if like you go with more people. Like I don't know, like sure I'll dish out that much, but then like when you're going to Scandinavian countries, ooh, too expensive. Did you see the Monster Reborn symbol? Is that a Yu-Gi-Oh reference? Because my freaking friends were like, oh, Yu-Gi-Oh, and I was like, I've never seen Yu-Gi-Oh. How was your trip, Ollie? It was good. It was jam-packed. It was jam-packed, and I'm glad I went, but Footage of being yeah, strong currency. Different streamers up there, it ain't cheatable all the time. It's so expensive. I mean, of course they get their education and they get a lot of things free. Healthcare, so. They're like, oh my god, the raw, this and that and the other. Oh my god, I don't know what they were talking about, but I was like, okay. For me, it was like, I was like, Egyptology? Egyptology and like, I don't know, what else? What other like Egyptian related things have I ever seen? I don't know. I didn't even read the Rick Riordan series about like the Egyptian kids. I only read Percy Jackson. That's why I want to go to Greece, just because I'm a Percy Jackson nerd. Okay. Joe jokes? I don't know what that is. Playing a game of Yu-Gi-Oh! In a legit pyramid would be crazy. Crazy. Do you want to see the aurora? I do. That would be cool. Someday. That's definitely like a bucket list item, I think. But I mean, there are a lot of places where you can see the aurora, so. Is that series still ongoing? I have no idea. Oh, Percy Jackson? I don't know about Percy Jackson. I have no idea, but I was a Percy Jackson nerd as a kid, so. Pilgrimage trips. Oh, also freaking Mamma Mia. Mamma Mia's in that. Also, I want to go see where The Sound of Music was filmed. Oh, JoJo went to Cairo and oh, yeah, I didn't know that. Maybe. I don't know. I remember when I read Percy Jackson, I tried looking at Greek letters to see if I could magically read it. Oh my god. That's so real though, because like when you're a kid, it's like, I don't know, I wasn't a Harry Potter kid, but it's like, when you're a kid, it's like you're waiting. It's like you wait for that. For me, like I was waiting because I was a Percy Jackson kid, so I was waiting to become like a demigod or something, but I don't know, I assume if you're into Harry Potter, it's like you're waiting for the day that you get like a letter that's like, hello, welcome to Hogwarts or whatever. Or someday, yeah. Bucket list, definitely. Trying to think of other like bucket list items. I think a lot of people probably consider like skydiving or something like a bucket list item. I don't know if I care that much. Yeah, I don't know if I care that much. And I think I'd be a little bit like terrified. I mean, like, I'm not the most terrified. Like, I think I would be more willing to do it than other people, but would I feel the need to? Like, maybe not. The Austrian hills. The hills are alive. The sound of music. Ah. The letter never came. Oh no. Rock climbing? Like real rock climbing? Maybe not real rock climbing, but I mean, like, I used to boulder a little bit when I was younger. You've been globetrotting for so long. Your third option is just be a traveler. I don't know if I'll continue to globetrot for forever. I mean, like, I think I'm just kind of taking advantage of the fact that I'm in Europe right now and there are a lot of places that are easy to go to from Europe. Maybe when I'm in the States, like, I think I know some people who are like, oh, like, my friend who is in Cairo actually was like, oh, I'm applying to American schools next, so I might be in America next year. And I was like, oh wow. And they were like, oh, I want to do like a trip across America or whatever if I go. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll join you. It was like, why not? I've never seen my own country. Real rock climbing is a little scary. Any place left you want to go? I'm very much like wherever the wind takes me. So if someone's like, oh, I'm going here, do you want to come? I'll be like, yeah. Oh, I want to go visit Obake-chan. I don't know if she's still here, but I want to go visit Obake-chan sometime within the next year. That's Kazakhstan. And let's see, Greece is definitely a big one for me just because I liked Greek mythology as a kid. And Mamma Mia, and then The Sound of Music. Is that it? I'm curious about like Amsterdam, I guess, because it seems like it's so free in a lot of different ways. I'm just curious to see what like the vibes are like in Amsterdam. I haven't seen much of Italy. I mean, do I feel the need? Like, oh my god, I need to go to Venice. Like, maybe not, but I need to go to Rome. Like, I guess not. But if the opportunity arises, I would take it. How long have you been going on trips? Oh, I mean, I just try to go whenever I can and when I'm invited. I think a lot of my friends. I'm planning on going on a trip with one of my friends as well. The one that I went to. The one that I went to. Where did we go? We went to Denmark. Yes. The friend that I went to Denmark with. I think we're planning on doing something else within the next few months. And yeah, I mean, like, I think a lot of people, especially like people in Europe, exchange students, like foreigners as well. Like, I think we're all trying to like travel a lot, like, while we can. So it's just like, it's easy to sort of get out and like, I am thankful to have people. I'm thankful to know like a pretty good network of people. So like it's pretty easy to travel. I don't usually solo travel unless I'm going to meet someone. My cousin's a big traveler, so answer has gotta be yeah, right. So I don't know. How long have I been traveling? I've been traveling for I started traveling Japan quite a lot before I left, which was, I don't know, like three-ish years ago. I started traveling Japan a little bit more, but I didn't really do like a lot of, I mean, it was still like very close to the pandemic, so I wasn't really traveling a lot outside. I couldn't go outside of the country at all. And then like Europe, I've just been going to a lot of places because it's in close proximity, and I think that once I go back to the States, you know, I gotta lock in. I gotta lock in, as they say, and you know, focus on internships and work and licensure and all that adult like stuff. So I think now is the time that I kind of have the freedom to jump around everywhere. So might as well see the world when I am young and able-bodied, because God knows when I'm like my father's age, I'm gonna be like, I'm not gonna be able to walk as much, even though I don't love walking now, you know. Sound of music, yeah, Austria. The Colosseum, though, that's true. I would be interested in seeing the Colosseum. I'm going to Japan in a week. Oh my god, a week? Definitely check out my Google map. It has everything that you probably would need in terms of recommendations from me. I'm trying to think of any like one thing that like you should hit. I don't know, make sure to get some yakiniku while you're there. Get some K-barbecue. K-barbecue. Yeah, get some yakiniku, or like, if not yakiniku, like shabu shabu, or like, oh my god, really? You want back in now? What do you want? Hold out, son. Okay. Shogun Burger. Ah, yes, Shogun Burger. If you're looking for a good burger, Shogun Burger. Kinda bangs. I'm doubling down on you not coming back. Oop. Yeah. A lot of things. I'm not gonna get into everything that's happened in the US as of the past like 2 days, but damn. Before you lose your ability to. Exactly. And I mean, like, it's kind of hard to take breaks and stuff when you're a working adult as well, so. Traveling within Europe is way easier than traveling North America to Europe, so yeah. If you get too hot, you should ship to the islands. New Zealand. I haven't visited New Zealand yet. I did Australia. I did Australia while I was in Japan, like a long time ago though, like 2019 maybe, I think I did Australia. I'd love to go back though. I loved Australia, and I'd love to visit like Luto and like Nana and Sara, and like, you know. They weren't there when... Hello? What are you doing? Oh. Sorry. She was just making biscuits. Don't want to be like the old people at the top of the pyramid. Exactly. Plan to go to Japan myself in early March. I've been using that guide to help me a bit. Oh my god, yeah. Let me know if you go to any of those places and tell me what you think. K barbecue. Being a Canadian citizen. Oh my god, I would rather be a Canadian. I'd rather be a Canadian just because, like, I don't know. I appreciate. I like Canada better. Yeah. Southeast Asia. I have not visited Southeast Asia. I didn't visit as many Asian countries as I wanted to, partially because of the pandemic. I was pretty stuck in Tokyo. I visited, let's see, where did I go? I've been to Taiwan, I've been to Hong Kong, I've been to I've been to Vietnam. That's it. Those are all the Asian countries. I'd love to visit Thailand. I have a few Thai friends. Pretty close Thai friends, actually. Like, I say, like, oh, I have family here, I have friends there. And it's like, they're all friends. They're all friends, but not, like, close friends. But a lot of, I have a few close friends who are from, or they don't live in Thailand anymore, but they are Thai. So, I would love to visit Thailand. I haven't been to Korea yet, so. American bros. Tired of being Texan? Understandable. I'm tired of being American. I'm tired of being American because, like, everything that's happened, it's like, I don't know, making America look kind of stupid right now. I'm just saying. Like, regardless of political affiliation, because I don't want to talk too deeply about politics, especially because it's a subject that I don't feel confident in, like, talking about, just in general. Some of the content that I've been seeing about, like, American stupidity is, like, making me not want to be associated with the country. Like, very regardless of, like, whatever happened with that. Like, oh. Aurora's a plus, managed to see it. Oh, that's so cool. I heard everything is expensive in Canadian currency. Is true. Is it? What would you say you learned from visiting all these places? Did you pick up any new hobbies or practices? No. See, unfortunately, that's why I don't want to be one of those people who are like, I visited, like, X amount of countries, because I don't feel like I became a better person, or I became, like, I don't think I've, like, changed as a human being just because, like, I visited countries. If anything, I guess I've learned how to, like, ride planes. Like, I've become desensitized to, like, airplanes and stuff. Like, you know, before it's like you get on an airplane, you're like, wow, I'm going somewhere, but, like, now I just, like, don't care. I'm just like, okay, on, sleep, off, like. Here's referee vote. Yeah, I don't know. I am not, again, like, I'm not gonna go deep into it because I don't know a lot myself. Like, I am also, I will say that I am also I will say that I'm a pretty ignorant, like, American. Like, I do think that I fit, like, some of the stereotypes and, like, oh, Americans don't know geography. Americans don't know what's happening with their politics, or Americans don't know this, Americans don't know that. Yes, okay, sure. Like, I will admit to, like, being very ignorant on a lot of topics. I am not going to, like, I'm also not going to pretend that I know what I'm saying. Like, I feel like that's the issue with a lot of this, like, dumb American content that's been coming out within the past few days. It's like these people who, like, pretend to know what they're talking about. Like, that's, anyway. US already gets a bad rep. Yeah, yep. I sometimes I will, as much as I will say, like, I'll tell the truth when asked, like, sometimes I will just ride on the figurative, like, this is not the proper saying because it's not the same thing, but, like, I will be okay with, like, being lumped in with my Japanese friends. Like, if I'm out with Japanese people and they're like, oh, you're from Japan? I will just not say anything and let my Japanese friends do the talking. And I will be like, yes, you know what? I'm gonna blend in here because everyone loves Japan. You say Japan, and people are like, oh my god, I love Japan. Oh my god, Japan is my dream destination. Oh my god, I'm planning a trip to Japan next year. When do you think is a good time to go? Like, you guys, the level of like, I love Japan, like energy you can get. Like, I love your country energy you can get from anyone. You say, I'm from Japan. I will not say I'm from Japan because I'm not from Japan. But if someone thinks that I am from Japan, I'm just going to be quiet. Unless they ask me, and where are you from? Then I'll be like, oh, okay. But, yeah. Anyway. But yeah, I'm very bad with geography. It's, yeah. Okay, you don't know about politics because you don't live here. I guess so. But I've always been pretty, like, uninterested in the politics of, like, anywhere. I don't know about the politics of Japan. But then again, even if I knew about the politics of Japan, it probably wouldn't matter because I can't even vote in that country either. Yeah. Not exaggerating. No, I'm not. That's literally what people say. Garugamesh Gaming. Okay. Yeah, it's very that's, I don't know, it's just people love Japan. People love Japan. If you think I'm Japanese, sure. I'll fake it. But yeah, that's why I don't like to be, I've learned, this is so bad, but I've learned to say, like, unfortunately, after my introducing myself as American. Like, some people be like, oh, like, where are you from? I'm like, oh, America, unfortunately. Because, like, I've learned that, like, America just doesn't have a good rep with, like, in the world. Like, I just want you to know that I'm, like, a slightly self-aware American, okay? Like, Anyway. But, oh, you need to eat sushi to be real Japanese. I've had people ask me that. They're like, oh, I don't eat seafood. Do you think I could be okay in Japan? I was like, girl, don't worry. I lived 6 damn years in the country without eating sushi. But yeah. Self-aware. That is unfortunate. Yeah, I have to pull the unfortunate card. It's like pulling the gaijin card in Japan. Like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't know what is happening. I'm a gaijin. Oh, sorry, I'm an American. Yeah, I know I gotta set, like, the bar. Like, I don't want the word, like, oh yeah, I'm American. I don't want the tone to be, like, too whatever, because then people are gonna be like, oh, I see. It's a misbad. Large parts of American culture are heavily emulated and admired by the rest of the world. You're so right. And you're so right. And I see that. I don't, like, in that sense, like, I'm very, I don't want to say, like, proud. Oh my god, I'm so proud to be an American. Like, no, like, no. But I do think that, like, music, like, pop culture-wise, like, America has a very big impact on different parts of the world. Which is, like, I don't know. Like, are we not going to acknowledge that? But no one ever wants to. That's the thing. No one ever wants to here. Like, even, like, no one acknowledges the fact that, like, so much. Like, I freaking went to, like, a party where they freaking played Hannah Montana songs the whole time. No, not just Hannah Montana, but it was all, like, it was very, like, it was Disney Channel and, like, 2010s music. Like, just all. And it was, like, I think they played a total of, like, 4 French songs, maybe. The rest were freaking Disney Channel, you guys. So you can't hate on America. We made High School Musical. The new Sorry I'm British, yeah. What I heard from the British YouTubers, they have this... Oh. Alongside Japan, America probably has the biggest pop culture influence. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I'm proud to be American where at least I know I'm free. True. You know, being... the one thing I can say that I'm glad about America, I don't have to worry about my visa. But then again, if I was a citizen of the EU, then it wouldn't matter because I could live in lots of European countries and not have to care. But, oh well. Good night. Have a nice time with Bakamori. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Are American things popular because they're good or because people eat them because they're trying to emulate America? I don't know. I mean, like, valid question, I think. But I think that America, well, I think that some of the things that American mass media creates are pretty solid. If I do say so myself. Like somehow pop music is widely consumed throughout the rest of the world, like American pop music. Oh, I was singing the song. Oh, I'm sorry. Uncultured American. And that just made me think of visas, because freaking Japan and visas, annoying. Everything. Finding a visa in another country is I feel so. Well, of course this depends on where you live, but like I feel very welcomed in America because I can just show my passport and not have to care. I don't know, and like I find, so let's talk about good things about America. I am a little bit embarrassed to be an American right now, but let's talk about the good things. I find Americans, I know that we see like this stereotype, like the media, the content, you guys, the content of like dumb, rude Americans is so like, it's all the rage. People love to see dumb, mean Americans, but like, in my experience, I think Americans are really nice overall. Maybe I can pull up a card if I don't want to talk too much. I'm from North America. Not even North America. The United States of America. America definitely has good exports. It's just that America is so big and influential that it's easy to rag on them. If I didn't wish for a better America, I wouldn't refund it from time to time. Same for the people in their country. That's, yeah, okay. That makes sense. Yeah. They're mostly making popular things, not good ones. I mean, I feel like you could say that about a lot of, like, mass media, though. Like, do I think that, I don't know, like, I think that Japanese music definitely has a formula, too. Like, within Japan, within the tiny, like, within the borders of Japan, where it has, like, the influence, like, do I think that all Japanese music is, like, that Japanese music is, like, objectively better than, like, massively consumed pop music? Like, no. And I think that a lot of Japanese movies are like really bad. But of course, like within that, like there are also really, really good ones, and I feel like that can be said about a lot of places as well. So the Japanese still think Americans are Yankees. I also don't really know the definition of like a Yankee. So Japanese people definitely have specific stereotypes about Americans, but I don't think it's that they're Yankees. Karen and Susan, exactly. It's an international sport on the internet. Yeah, that's true. I think making fun of each other's countries just is in general. Like, people hate the French, too. The people in Colorado are significantly nicer than the people in Michigan. Oh, interesting. That's interesting. I guess I haven't really traveled to a lot of other parts in America, so I don't really know. But every American that I've met in Europe too, like, are so nice. Like some of my closest friends here are Americans, and maybe it's just because we're bound together in our American camaraderie. No, I don't know. But and like when I go home, like people are so nice. Like, I don't know, like it's maybe it's just because it's the culture. I think it might just be the culture that I grew up in, but like everyone is so like smiley and nice all the time. Like of course you have like bad eggs, you know, but like it's not as like, I don't know, if you go to certain countries, like they don't even like look at you. They don't even look at you when they like take your order, you know. And I've noticed that in like Europe too, like they don't smile at all. Like the French, I've noticed like their voices are really nice. Like they'll go bonjour, bonjour, merci. Like they're so like, their voices are very like cheerful, but they're dead. Like their faces are dead inside. They don't smile. So it's like very like, I don't know, it's very like jarring to me just coming, I don't know. That's it's just jarring to me coming from America. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Americans are cool, just don't dive into touchy subjects. I can't even dive into touchy subjects. Actually, I mean, you could talk to me about like, you could try to talk to me about like women's rights and stuff like that, and maybe I could hold a debate, but I would not be able to tell you anything about the economic policies of this and that and the other. In a country where the gay flag makes me feel safe and the country flag doesn't. I don't know if I say the people who are nice. Oh my god. But I think definitely the I don't know, the people that I've encountered and the people that I interact with like when I go home, just like people in the stores or on the streets, like they'll talk to you about like random stuff. And yes, I understand that in some countries like that's very like you don't want that. Like you're like, don't talk to me. But like for me, I'm just like, okay, let's smile together, laugh together, share a laugh, and go on with our days. Like that's nice. Yeah. The Japanese live movie industry is not in a very good shape. Real. Just the word they call Americans because a lot of Americans love the baseball. Oh, the Yankees. Ah, it's like how soldiers who identify they're American by saying, oh, interesting. Yeah, I don't think it's that. Well, I don't know what the stereotype of a Yankee is, but yeah. Maybe they just don't care about body language. Maybe. Did my face with that? Yeah, they don't smile very much. Like and it scares me sometimes because I'm like, did I do something wrong? Especially because as someone who can't speak French, you know, I'm like, I don't have to smile at work. I should move to Europe. Western Europeans are joyful in their expressions compared to Eastern Europeans. Not from my experience. Maybe in Spain. Maybe in Spain, I think I don't know. I think I've met some. I think I found some. Yeah, even like Germans. I think like saying thank you is like oh, you know, and like the people in the Scandinavian countries were very lovely as well. So I don't know. Someone not involved in politics, the two parties seem very similar compared to the other countries' parties. Like, oh. We sort of think of that as honesty. Someone who fake smiles at strangers. Yeah, that's what I not learned, but that's, well, yeah, I guess like had to think about, like I have to think about it from that perspective as well. Someone who is just like, oh my god, hi, oh, how is your day going, like, oh, blah 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 blah, you know. People who are like that like are very, yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense that you consider that, like, you would consider that more fake than just being like, hi, you know. Let me take your order. I'm like, okay, bye, have a nice day. Like, you know, like very, like, oh yes, that at the end of the day that is more natural. I think it just ends up being, for me, like personally, it's just the fact that I grew up in a culture that is very like expressive, a little bit overly expressive probably, especially in like customer service areas. So yeah, it definitely makes sense. I think the Twitter, Facebook Americans are just all out of giving bad stereotypes. Yeah, I mean I mean that's what I'm saying. All this content, you guys, all this content that's coming out, I'm like, oh, please don't associate with me with this. Yeah. Sometimes I don't get jokes. I think like Westerners have a very specific sense of humor. Japanese people don't get sarcasm at all. It's a little painful sometimes. It's quite painful sometimes. They actually dance a lot in Spain. Yeah, I've seen people dancing in Spain. I've seen people dancing in Spain. I've seen people dancing in France. I was talking to my friend, the BL friend, and we were talking about how like karaoke to Japanese people is to what? Dancing to Europeans, because like even if Europeans are like bad at dancing, even if you suck at dancing, you will go to the club and dance with your friends. But like you would not be caught dead singing if you're bad at singing. Whereas in Japan it's the opposite. Like you're not going to go to a club unless you're part of the club scene. Like you will not step foot in a club unless you're like, you know, unless you're prepared to like, I don't know, maybe not dance, but like you're that type of person. But even if you're the most tone-deaf singer, you will go to karaoke, you know? Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, I think, Americans are, I would say they're pretty nice. Of course, like, every country has their assholes, you guys. Every country has their assholes, ignorant people, like, dumb people. Japan, you guys. I mean, like, I lived there for so long. Like, please, like, let me rag on them too. Like, there are a lot of really ignorant Japanese people too. Like, they exist. But the Japanese stereotype is like, oh my god, I love Japan, you know? Like, but there are people who are there who are just as like ignorant and stupid, you know? And like in every country, you have people who are ignorant and stupid. So it's just, yeah. This is a deep stream. It ended up being a deep stream. That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying earlier when we were talking about Egypt. I was like, I don't know if I want to bring this up because I know it's gonna start a lot of discussion. It did. I read somewhere that a lot of people actually don't have a concept of sarcasm, so that's why a lot of Americans sometimes rub them the wrong way. That's interesting because, like, people from the UK too, I feel like they're very sarcastic, more so than Americans. I can't dance. Me neither. What if I can't sing or dance? I don't know. Pick your poison. Pick your poison. Because technically, because in Japan, you don't have to be good at singing. So if you want to sing, you should go to Japan. It depends on what you want to do. It doesn't matter what you can do. They say that, but I think Japanese people do understand sarcasm. It's just they never use it in real life conversations. I think there are types of sarcasm that can be understood. I was talking to a Japanese person about this, and I was like, because I saw this video that was like, oh, Japanese people don't understand sarcasm. If I went over to my friend's house and it was really dirty, and and it was really clean or whatever, and you said like, "Uwa, kono buya kitanai ne," like that wouldn't hit. And I was talking to my friend about that, and I was like, "But do you not understand that there's sarcasm in that?" And they were like, "Well, I think it's a matter of like how you phrase it in Japanese. Like, you could say like, うわ、こんな汚い部屋見たことないよ みたいな. Like it's all a matter of like how you phrase it and stuff. And I feel like people who are learning Japanese and don't understand the proper phrasing like are not going to get their point across. I met this is another story from Egypt, but there was this Egyptian boy who was studying Japanese, and so he caught me and my friends and like every Japanese person in the freaking museum he was talking to because he wanted to practice his Japanese. And there's like and he all of a sudden he was like, "Arigataku ne yo," and I was like, "Huh?" And he was like, "Arigatai," because he was like trying to think about like I'm thankful. Like arigatai means like thankful, and I was like, I suppose so. And he was like, if someone does something for me and they he was trying to make a sarcastic joke, and they were like, he was like, "Oh, ありがとうって言われたらありがたくねえよって言える?" って言われて、いや言えないってなって、ありがたくなんかそれが別に文法的にっていうかその文脈的に間違っていなくても多分それがありがたくないよっ っていう返し方されると、えってなる。どういうことってなると思う。Anyway, sorry, I'm getting caught up in my stuff and I'm not reading comments correctly. Not correctly, I'm not reading comments fast enough. Hold up. The tangents, I know. English second language people in my family often understand me. Yeah. So you live there while Japan ends up being a better vacation country than the country you live in. I'd live in Japan. I would live in Japan. But that is only... There are two reasons for that. And the two reasons are that I speak the language to a point... I speak the language at a point that, like, I don't have to worry about, like, official documents and things like that. And because I can pass. I can pass as a Japanese person. I'm not Japanese. I'm not ethnically Japanese, but I can still pass. And that, I think that could end up being a deal breaker to some people. But for some people it's not. I know a lot of, like, very foreign presenting, I can't speak Japanese very well, people who continue to live in Japan. And so I think it's just all a matter of, like, what you prioritize in your life. Are you prioritizing, like, your own personal safety? Then yeah, Japan's great. Are you prioritizing, like, the convenience of everything around you? Tokyo. Like, yeah, perfect. But I don't know. If you're prioritizing, there are other things like that. If you would like to prioritize, for example, if you'd like to prioritize your work-life balance, maybe not. So, yeah. Yeah, British humor is kind of crazy. I don't know. Tone and phrasing. Yeah, I think, like, within the natives, I think that 皮肉は成立する. Like, I think that, like, you can make sarcasm a thing in its own way in Japanese, but, like, when you try to bring in the, like, oh, how did you like your food? It was disgusting. Like, no, it was absolute. Like, you've eaten your whole plate, and the waiter came, いかがでしたか? いや、まずかったですね。とか言ったらなんか、ほー、ひーってなる。ってなると思う。多分一瞬、なんか後から、あ、冗談だったんですねって分かっても、一瞬動揺すると思う。みたいな。Yeah, I think that it's like within the natives, like, I think sarcasm can be a thing, but like when you're a foreigner and you go, oh, 美味しくないです。Ha ha ha ha. Like, it's like, wait, what? Yeah. I know they like to elongate their words if they're joking or being sarcastic. Ah. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it could. That makes sense. I think that, I mean, Japanese is a tonal language, right? Tonal language? Is that what you call it? Like, I forgot what you call it, but it all kind of depends on that, right? American sarcasm is a bit more subtle from outside perspective. Yeah, that's also true. I think it's a little bit more, like, nuanced. I saw this shirt earlier where there's a restaurant in Osaka that has a sign that says no vacancy in English and Chinese, but in Japanese it says if you can read this, you can come. Ah, I saw that. I saw that too. That's another big discussion. I don't know. I always hear about Japan. Let me think on that. I have to think about that for a second. I have to, like, cause I saw that and I was like, like, I have a lot of thoughts about it, but I always hear about Japan having to let you stay. You have a way to stay. I'd have to find some sort of work or something. So I don't even know if there's, like, a way to, like, retire in Japan. Like, I mean, living in Japan is not technically realistic unless I get a job there. Like, that's they are pretty, I would say they are pretty strict. But if you live in a country that where you can get a working holiday visa, it's pretty easy. Japan doesn't play overtime. That is also, I've also heard that. I really want to do a digital nomad visa and just work from Japan for 6 months. It probably sucks because I can't. I mean, honestly, 6 months though, I think it's, I think that's fun. Like, I think that that would still be really fun. I feel like there's a point where it's like, oh no, like, oh geez, like it becomes like a chore. But 6 months, I think you could be good. Like, I think it'd be really fun. Japan's a great place to live in as long as you don't have to work there. Exactly. Would you like a smoke can mean different in Japanese. Definitely depends on how you say it. I mean, I don't know what the Japanese would be, but another matter entirely. Yeah, marriage Japanese word that could work too. Right? Yeah, exactly. I mean, marriage can get you anywhere. A marriage, I think, can kind of get you anywhere. Like, I feel like marriage is ultimately probably like the strongest form of visa, like family visas. Like, yeah. So this is the power of love. Exactly. This is the power of love, being able to live in different countries. Living in Japan is not realistic unless you're rich or lucky enough to have a remote working tech job. Yeah, that's true. I mean, like, but I like for 6 months, I think it's like, I think it could be like, if that's viable for you and you're like your salary and you could like, because you know they got monthly mansions and stuff. They're expensive, but if you're working with an American salary, and depending on what that American salary is, it's like you could probably do it. I have a friend that does it. Better than no foreigners allowed. Polygamy? All right, polygamy. Are we all gonna move to Canada? It was just cool seeing video game ads and having trains instead of trucks spewing black smoke and Trump ads. I can definitely see that. Like right now for me, like I want to go back home to be with my friends and family, but I know that within like 5 years I'm gonna be like, okay. Okay. Would it be realistic if we lived the 10 years required? Yeah. I'd have to look into what permanent residency requires a little bit more, because I know that, like, I believe you can't spend, like, X amount of months or, like, outside of Japan, and I don't know if I could go that long without going home. The longest I went without going home was, like, 2 years, almost 2 years, because of Corona. And I mean, of course I got used to it. Like, that's not, for my, like, it's not like I get super homesick and sad. It's just that, like, I think that in the end, like, I would rather, like, I'd feel, like, guilty, I think. Like, I don't know. I'd feel, like, guilty because of, like, my family and stuff. Time to move to Canada. We love polygamy's not legal in Canada. Okay. Hi, how did you eat? I ate lunch. I ate lunch a little late. I ate lunch at like 1-ish. So once I'm done with stream, I might eat again if my stomach allows. Limit of 3 months a year for 10 years. If that's the case, then I would do that. I would do it. Yeah, I want permanent residency. Hell. It's your life, bro. It is. I mean, you're right. I mean, I know that, like, at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, it's like, it's my life and I should, like, decide what I want to do. But then again, like, I don't know. I always feel very, like, whoa. That's my free run staff. I was like, what moved? It was my free run staff. I always feel, like, very at ease at home. I think that's why, like, I don't realize it a lot. Like, I'm not, like, crying homesick every day, but I don't realize, like, how much I actually miss home until I actually go home. And then I'm like, oh my god, this is awesome. Food? Oh, I love this food. And, like, oh my god, nice bed. Like, yeah. The flight prices, yeah. That's true, but... yeah, I mean, like, I like my family a lot at the end of the day. Slightly dysfunctional, but still probably pretty functional family. Yeah, at the end of the day, I really like my family. I don't think I could, like, just leave home and not go home for, like, 5 years like that. I mean, like, that's kind of what I did. That's kind of what I did, but I still go home a lot, so. Talking about moving to Japan for convenience. I'm not sure if I could bring myself to be that far from family. Yeah. So you like your mom cooking? I do like my mom cooking. My mom's cooking is... My mom is a very good cook, which makes me insecure about my own cooking. Like, if I ever have to, like, make food for friends, I'm like, oh my god. Because, like, like, my mom makes really good food, and so I just don't... Like, I think once you eat food to, like, a standard that's, like, really good, you're like, oh, shoot. Like, I don't know. I live with my parents, but I'm closer to my brother, even though we only talk online. Proximity is not closest. That is also very true. I fight with my mom. I argue with my mom when I'm home. So, like, it's definitely a sort of, like, the grass is greener sort of situation. It's like, no matter where you are, this sounds so nihilistic, but wherever you are, you're not, like, you're gonna wish you were somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like, I'm here, I'm like, oh my god, I wish I was back in Japan. Like, I have so many more friends in Japan. Like, I wish I could go outside to the konbini and get a meal at 3 a.m. in the morning. And those are all valid points. But then, like, you know, sometimes I'll be in Japan and then I'm like, damn, you know, I wish I had my group of friends that I have back home who I'm really close to. Like, I wish I could see oh my god, like, I wish I could see my friends from high school. Notice that I'm not saying anything about America's, like, living in America. No, I mean, like, as much as I'm embarrassed to be an American right now, I do like how America culture, like, I feel most comfortable in the American culture just because I grew up there, you know, so. I'm glad there's marriage citizenship thing, otherwise my relatives wouldn't have seen our grandma if you know. Aw, yeah, I think that, yeah, family can be very powerful. So. You're gonna cook for us for the retreat. If you're okay with the viral TikTok the feta pasta, I'll make that. I'm a bit confident in that because it's so easy. Learn one crowd pleaser. Ah, that's true. That's true. I'm curious how you would feel not living with your parents in the US. Probably wouldn't like it, but I mean, then again, it's also kind of like I have a lot of really close friends in the US, like closer friends than I have ever made abroad. Somehow I got really lucky, actually, when you think about it that way, because I hear about a lot of people who just, like, get, I don't know, who are very, like, they lose contact with, like, anyone and everyone that they have, like, known throughout, like, school and everything. But I've maintained really, really close friendships with people in my hometown, and I miss that a lot. I miss being able to be like, oh, hi, like, can I come over today? Because I have not been able to do that in Europe. I was never able to do that in Japan. I never made close enough friends to just be like, hi, can I come over now? Or do you want to go to IHOP now? At like 1 in the morning. Yeah. So honestly, it's the people, like, and I'm really close to my family. Like, I see my extended family too, like, at least once a week, when I'm home. At least. Usually more like 2 to 3 times, like, it's very frequent. And like, I'm close to my cousin. I mean, we don't talk that much when we're not in the same country, but when we are in the same country, it's like we hang out and, like, so. Yeah, I wish we had better public transportation. Yes. Period. And yeah, healthcare. Yep. Yeah. Hangout sessions. Yeah, I miss that. Yeah. That's the biggest thing, I think, for me, is the connections that I have with people. And because as a people person, I put a lot of emphasis on my connections with others. So that's why it's very isolating to be in a place where, like, you don't have a lot of that. And, like, yeah, I have a lot of friends. I would say I do have a lot of friends now, thank God. I do have a lot of friends in Europe. Like, I have friends that I can go on vacation with. Like, that's good. That's really good. But it's not like we hang out, like, every single day. And, like, even in Japan too, people in Japan are busy, you guys. They're damn busy. And so whenever you try to plan something with someone, no one is ever available. No one in Japan is available unless you give them, like, 2 to 3 weeks notice. I'm like, oh, hisashiburi, like, when are you free? Maybe like next month. It's like, what the hell? I'm so jealous of every American sitcom where everyone lives in the same apartment. Oh my god. That could be us in Canada. Okay, let's do it. Alright, let's move to Canada, everyone. Timekeeper apartment. Oh my god. You're a friendly person, so making friends seems pretty natural. Yeah, I will say that, like, yes, I have made a lot of, like, good, well, I've made a lot of, like, really good acquaintances. Like, even my friend that I went to Copenhagen with, like, I would consider her one of my closest friends here, but, like, I still feel, like, very uncomfortable around her. Like, I think it's because, like, she's the type of person who I would never have made friends with, before, and, like, I don't know, I have a lot of Japanese friends, thankfully. Like, I mean, I have a very, like, solid network of Japanese people, which is awesome. But, like, they're all, like, sort of, Japanese people tend to be pretty distant. Like, even if you're traveling together, it's like you're always, like, picking up after one another and being like, oh, it's okay, don't worry about it, oh, no, oh, you know, and it's like, everything is very, it's like, okay, who's gonna do this, blah, 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 like, oh, I'll wash the dishes, and, like, it's not as, like, I always feel like I'm on edge because I feel like I have to be doing something. I'm like, oh my god, like, they're all cleaning up, oh shit, I gotta, like, do that too. Like, it's very, I don't know, it's a specific brand of, like, yeah, like, traveling. Like, I know a very large, like, network of Japanese, like, exchange students, which is awesome, and, like, international students and, like, people who work here. Like, that's cool. Like, I'm very glad I very glad I have a network of people that I can, like, rely on, but we're not close. We're not close. I mean, like, honestly, even if you, like, if you are, like, if you have a desire to see, like, the world enough, like, you can travel with anyone. It doesn't even matter. Like, I know that Iku's like, oh, Aoi sugoi, like, you're so cool, like, how, like, you're so weird, like, why, like, how can you travel with people, like, who you barely know? But it's honestly not that hard. Like, when you're, like, a backpacker and you're in hostels together, I've met so many, like, random people who are like, oh yeah, I don't know this person, we're just, like, kind of traveling together, you know, like, oh, we met in the hostel over there. It's like, oh, cool, good for you, you know. So yeah, so at the end of the day, like, I do go on a lot of trips, I do see a lot of people, I hang out with a lot of people, but, like, we're not that close. And so I think that what I miss about America is, like, that sort of closeness to my friends and family, and that's, like, very important to me as a person. Like, that affects my quality of life a lot, rather than, like, the infrastructure. When it comes to, like, medical things, I do not want to be in America. Like, if I somehow get some disease, if I contracted a disease, if I get sick for some reason, I do not want to be in America. Which is why part of me is like, maybe I should be in America while I'm healthy, so that sort of stuff doesn't happen. But I don't know. Hollow House. Hollow House. Spontaneous trips are the best. They really are. I love being like, hi, you up? Want to go to IHOP? And yes, my IHOPs are open. Some of my IHOPs are open until like 4 a.m. or like 24 hours even. It's crazy. Maybe 2025. Maybe. The stakes get higher. こんばんは、深夜の時守さんボイス助かる。うわなんだろう、道民ボイスとして使ってくれるとありがたいっす。ベラベラなんかいろいろと喋ってるだけなんですけど。Japanese friend relationships are trained that way on school trips. I do think that it's a very, I mean, it's the culture. Your culture is to like, the culture is to look out for others and to work for like the whole. So when you're all on a trip, you all like act as a team and you're all together. You always are together. Like, I learned that about like Japanese, traveling in a group of Japanese people. I debated this with Iku once, not debated, but I was talking to Iku about this one time, and I was like, I was told that like, when you go on a trip with like it's a sense of responsibility. It's like you decided that you were going to be on this trip, so it's like with everyone else. So it's also your responsibility to make sure that you are like present with everyone and that you do what everyone, like you compromise when you need to compromise, which is definitely not a mindset that, honestly, it's not a mindset that I'm used to. Like, I think in my mind, it's like if everyone individually has a, this is so like individualistic culture sort of thing. But in my mind, it's like if everyone has a good trip individually, then like it's a win, you know? Like, if some people are like, oh, you know, I want to go to the coffee shop, or like, I want to go to the bookstore, or like, I want to go climb this mountain. It's like, y'all should do what you want to do. Well, I don't know. My favorite part is like hearing about how everyone's day went, and not so much about the fact that we did it together is what's important. You know, like, if you really don't want to climb a mountain, me, like, then don't climb the mountain, you know? I don't know. But in the sort of, I've learned that when traveling in a group of Japanese people, that this is not the case. Like, it's more like, because we are all together, we all have to do the same things and enjoy our togetherness, and we all help each other through this, like, togetherness by, like, sort of looking out for each other. So, of course, they'll be like, oh, like, are you tired? Or what do we want to do? Like, we're all gonna decide together, you know, it's like this big thing. How do we move? But it's just sort of different from what I'm used to. And I was talking to Iku about that, and she was like, yeah, you know, if it were me and I didn't really want to do that, I would say that I wouldn't really want to do that, because I know that my personality is the type where I, like, a kao ni deru, like, I'm not, I can't hide what I'm feeling. So if I didn't like, for example, if she didn't want to go hiking, she would be like, she probably wouldn't be in the best of moods, and if she wasn't in the best of moods, then it would affect the whole group as well anyway, so that's not a good experience for anyone. And so she would, like, if there was something she didn't want to do, she would just sit it out. And I was like, you know what, valid. Japan's cool to visit, but I love driving, and I would definitely, oh, driving, interesting. I don't have my driver's license, can't relate, but yeah, I do know some people who really enjoy driving, so that makes sense. Backpackers. It's a lot of fun when you're around people with the same purpose. I basically become an extrovert at conventions. Ah, that's true. Conventions are so fun. Everyone becomes somewhat extroverted at conventions, I feel like. They're all like, I love your cosplay! Can I take a picture with you? I'd rather pay $30 a night at a hostel than $100 at a hotel. Yeah, and I mean, in a hostel, you have the chance, you can meet some pretty cool people, so. I wouldn't say I'm a backpacker, like, I've stayed in a number of hostels, but I'm not, like, a solely, like, I need to stay in a hostel type of backpacker. Like, if I can find a cheap hotel that's, like, that's in the same price range as a hostel, I'll go for the hotel. Like, I actually, despite being a complete extrovert, I do like at least my, like, sleeping time, or, like, my wind down time at night to just, like, sort of scroll through whatever. To be, like, alone. Gets sick, conveniently becomes Canadian. That's me. Someday I'll wake up Canadian. We're islanders together. I feel like those relationships are harder to build when you're older. Definitely true. Definitely. Yeah, I mean, all those, the good, like, relationships with people that I built back in my hometown, they're all, like, high school friends, or people who did not go to the same high school as me, but I met them, like, in high school, or, like, you know, even childhood friends, like, friends from elementary school. I have, like, one friend from elementary school. We're not close at all at this point. Like, we don't message each other, but I could go home and I'll be like, hey, I'm in town, you want to hang out? And he'll be like, yeah. Social harmony. Exactly. Every group needs someone to watch the stuff. That's me! I want to be that! I want to be that person, but I couldn't do that. Freaking, when I was in the Balkans, I was like, listen, you all, we are on a rough trip. I have a whole ass suitcase, and you people have giant backpacks. I don't really want to climb this mountain. So, like, I will legitimately cool off in an air-conditioned space with a cup of coffee, maybe not coffee, a cup of, like, something refreshing. I will sit there and I will read my book and I will watch your luggage. And you should go and climb the mountain if that makes you happy. But then I was told like, oh no, but like, you know, like, we're here together, so we should all do it together. Like, you know, Google Maps is only gonna be like 40 minutes. Like, it's not that bad. I'll carry your suitcase. Never again, you guys. That was the hike. That 40-minute, Google Maps says 40-minute hike turned out to be an hour and a half in like 35-degree weather. The water supply was depleting. It was, no, never again. I will watch your luggage with all of I will gladly watch your luggage in a cafe. That would be awesome. Anyway. I'd rather travel alone. I have a lot of respect for people who can travel alone. I'd rather travel with people who I have no idea who they are. But I also want separate rooms if we're sleeping. Like I don't want to sleep like in the same room as someone. Like, well, I don't mind sleeping in the same room as someone who I don't know that well, but if we're not like talking at all, that's when it becomes uncomfortable. Like that's why hotel like bunk or hostel bunk beds are a little bit like I'd like rather not, just because like they're people who we don't even speak to each other and just go to sleep in the same room. Like that's a little bit I still can't really get used to that. Cup of Kahlua, exactly. I will try the local drink, you know? We're on, yeah, you're such a mom. Am I? We're on a trip together, but we don't need to do everything together. That is my opinion. That is my opinion, but I've learned that is not the opinion of a lot of the Japanese people who I tend to travel with. That's a big bag though. Like I know quite a lot of people. I would just rather not travel alone. That's why it ends up like that. The hiking estimates, not okay. Not okay. They're just praying for your downfall. That, honestly, oh my god, it was so damn hot. Would you go to scuba diving with us in Canada? Actually, so listen, because I've had a revelation. Well, not really, but I've had, well, no, maybe it is. I've had a revelation. So one of my friends, the one in Cairo, has a diving like license. Like they've done a lot of diving before. And there are actually a few others. I don't know them very well at all, but like I've met a few people who are like, oh yeah, I love diving. And I've seen these pictures that they take and I'm like, okay, listen though, that kind of looks fun. Like maybe not, I don't want to fish. I still don't want to fish. I have a lot of like, I really do not want to go fishing, but like honestly, diving looks kind of fun. So I might do it. Some people dread the idea of traveling alone, but honestly, it's one of the best experiences a non-extrovert can have. Yeah, I think I've traveled alone a few times. Like, I mean, not really, but like the times that I've like had a lot of time to kill and just like wandered places alone, or like, you know, spent a day to do this and then the other, I have to travel like far away just for like I don't know, like my health checkup in Paris. I'm like, oh, gotta go to Paris to get my health checked up or whatever. Like that sort of stuff. Like I don't know, like I was like, damn, I really can't travel alone. Like all day I was thinking like, dang, I don't have anyone to talk to. Or like, dang, I just want to talk about how this French lady was mean to me at the bakery. Or like, I just want to have, I need someone to try this hot chocolate. It's so good. Like, I need someone to share this experience with me. Travel alone a few times, I know it's lonely, but then again, you need to know your, that's true. You need to know your stuff. I mean, like, it makes you a seasoned traveler, I'm sure, but at least become somewhat comfortable with the language, because English ain't, yeah, that's true. When off Kyle alone, when anything bad happens, just feels lonely now. Yeah, I like being able to share. Like, even like, yeah, like the bad stuff too. The good stuff and the bad stuff. And like, when I'm drinking something cool, I'm like, oh my god, try some. Like, I'm always like that to like my friends and stuff. I'm like, this is so good. Try it. You know, like, cause I need to experience it. I need this to be a shared experience. Yeah. I read a description of the big blue hole for diving and it might have traumatized me a bit. What is that? I don't know what that is. Do you like get sucked in and like you don't come out? Just so we have a Discord next time I have this. Try this. But yeah, I guess I do. I feel like the Cosmia Court has become sort of an outlet for that kind of stuff. I'm even because like the Dirndl for Oktoberfest. I was like, you guys, I need a Dirndl. Which one do I get? Like, I can't make those decisions alone, and like I like to have other people's opinions when it comes to that kind of stuff. So you've got to try this. These are the top 5 things I ate in Paris. I honestly haven't eaten like
in Paris 5 times. Like, at unique restaurants, probably, unfortunately. I literally go for, like, the kebabs, because I'm poor. You go really in our corner. Yeah. Oh my god, look at this, like, crazy thing I just ate. Look at this crazy thing that just happened. Yeah. Shared travel misery becomes a funny memory later. That's true, yeah. I mean, like, overall, the Balkans, I feel like the Balkans trip was, like, a disaster. Well, that's not true. It wasn't a disaster. It was okay. It was okay, but, like, and it was extremely stressful while it was happening. Honestly, now that it's over, I'm like, yeah, that was alright. I think it brought us closer together. Like, I don't think I would have gone to Egypt. I don't think I would have gone to Egypt because, like, I wasn't that close with, like, the people who I was traveling with at the time. Like, I was like, if I had not gone through the Balkans, like, maybe I would not have gone to Egypt. So, you know what? Fine. All's well that ends well. Yum. It's fun to have someone to talk to. Yeah, yeah. At timekeepers. At timekeepers! Hey! Please, help me! You eat a Balkan breakfast? I didn't. What's a Balkan breakfast? We had a lot of early mornings, I feel like. Did we? Okay, just kidding. Maybe I'm wrong about that. We didn't eat a lot of breakfast. We ended up going to, like, a lot of, what's a Balkan breakfast? We always, we just went to, like, the bakeries and stuff. Always try to see the positive and everything. Exactly. Exactly. That's so real. I don't know what's a meme, though. It is? Blood Sausage. Blood Sausage is pretty good. Okay. I was catching up with my had to catch up with my my group chat. Shashoka. Pretty legendary North African bread. Oh, interesting. Shashuka? I read that extremely, like, Japanese, but maybe it's Shashuka. Timekeepers, I've been thrown in jail and need your help. To do that, you're just in the sick. Yeah, give me your social security number. Best trip together as a group is when you're much younger than the rest of it. Oh my god, you're so right. I did an onsen trip with 2 people who are a lot older than me. It was very fun. Breakfast from bakery seems common in Europe. Yeah, yeah. Group chat without us? Oh my god. You guys want to join? No, you guys have a group chat without me, so. You have a group chat without me. Okay. Whew. I knew I would go for 3 hours. I knew I'd go for 3 hours. I didn't know that this was what I was going to talk about, but I knew I was going to go for 3 hours because I wasn't yapped up enough. No, what do you call that? I had not released my yap energy for like a long time. Gotta keep myself hydrated. Food poisoning. Best treatment for stomach pains is yapping. Yeah, I feel full. I actually like not. I'm full from yapping. No, I actually brought a snack because I was like, oh, kind of hungry, but now I'm not hungry at all, which is probably a good thing because, well, I don't know. Maybe it's not a good thing, but I feel like not as hungry just because, I don't know. I'd rather not feel hungry though, because then it'll send me back to like the bathroom. So, Yaponium, exactly. I got the yap out. Just another usual day of streaming. Just another day. YouTube be filtering like half of the unhinged things I'm saying today. No! Gotta get on Annie Live. An entertaining 3 hours. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad that you think so. We had a lot of like, I don't know about deep, but I think it was pretty like serious talk. I like serious talk though. I like the debates, and I like because I don't know, it's easy for me to like get in my own head and like think like, is that, like I think this, but am I right? But I don't. Well, I guess I don't have to be right, but I'm like, oh, is this is this normal? Like, does everyone think this? Is this just me? Do I just think this is right? What if it's not? Like, what if there's like something else that I'm missing? You know, like I think about that a lot, and so it's cool to hear a lot, I guess, to read a lot of different like perspectives, because I'm like, oh yeah, that's true. Like you're right. You know. I like these kind of like, not even soft. I don't even think they're debates. I've been watching like TikTok, and people who are debating are actually scary. So I don't think I would call this a debate. Like a discussion. I like discussions. Pretty fun. 1 hour 30 minutes. Yeah, see, that's what happens. That's what happens when you talk about things that people have a lot to say about. Yeah. But Anyone Have a Drama recently is canceled. You know what? No comment. Obviously, I have nothing to do with it, and I also have my my own set of thoughts about things, but yeah, that is true. The AniLive new filters are pretty restricted. Oh, really? I didn't know that. I have no idea what... Oh no, that's so bad. Literally, every time someone says something about, is AniLive this and that? Oh, AniLive this? I'm like, I have no idea. I just stream. I just stream on the platform. I don't know. Given my one field trip to Italy, I would much rather travel alone with a guide I trust. No one bothered me to slow me down. That's yeah, that's very valid. When you travel as a big group, a lot of things can go wrong. Literally, when I was traveling with like 5 to 6, I think 6. Earlier this year, back in North America. Woo! Woo, chaotic. Woo, chaotic. I thought it was really fun, all in all, but it was also very stressful. Open forum, yeah. I always enjoy discussing somewhat heavy topics because it's thought-provoking. Yeah, same. As much as I enjoy talking about food, I think I enjoy these conversations a little bit better. Yeah. Fun to listen to other people's opinions. Make me feel my brain is growing. Same. And I find that like when talking it out, like I am unraveling. Oshiete. I feel like I'm unraveling my own thoughts a little bit. Like, by explaining my thought processes, I'm like, so that's how I was feeling about that. Or like, that's why I was feeling conflicted about this, you know? Yeah, not a debate. No one's winning. No one's winning here, but yeah, my response, yeah, I don't think I can say too much because I don't really, I don't know. I don't know. I will leave it up to people. I will leave it up to the AniLive users, and that's to think about it. There's certain now before AniLive where drama never end. Yeah, I mean a lot of all platforms, all people, anywhere where people are gathered, there's bound to be some sort of something going on behind the scenes. Unfortunately. The AniLive drama mainly comes with this Jumpstart program. Yeah, unfortunately for AniLive though, AniLive is directly involved with the Jumpstart program. I think, which is unlike the Nexus, the whole like Nexus whatever that happened. Because AniLive has nothing to do really with Nexus besides the fact that the streamers stream on the platform, so. Oh Captain, my Captain. We can deepen our own understanding of the topics with you. Exactly. Thanks for unraveling your thoughts. Your thoughts are always intriguing. Thank you. I don't. It's all just like very like nonsensical ramblings in my opinion. But I have a lot of thoughts that happen. It's all happens when you're an overthinker and like you have time to yourself. As long as Ellie can yap on bed, that is what I did today. I literally started my Annie live stream and I was like, I'm in bed. My stomach hurts. Oh, did you get to see the pyramids? I did. The guides are like the hello, horse. You need horse. Pyramid far, very far. Like, or like hello, ni hao, China. Was all over. Literally could not walk like 20 feet without having someone talk or have like something shouted at me. So the pyramids were kind of the low part of my journey, actually. Like, it was too much. It was too much. So yeah, they really wanted my money. They really wanted to put me on one of the horse-drawn carriages, and I was like, nope. I give the Egyptians a pass for some reason, but not the French. I completely understand that, because honestly, that's my reaction too, because I feel like we expect Europe to be this very, like, educated, like, 進んでる? なんていうの? Progressive, there you go, progressive, like, pinnacle of, like, whatever. But, like, you get there, and, like, low-key, people kind of racist. Yeah. Every country is different. Every country is very different. Yeah, the pyramids were tourist hell. That was honestly the worst part of the trip for me. But I saw it, and that's all that matters, so. They know better. They should know better. Depends on a lot where you are in Europe. That's also true. I think that, like, I've never been shouted. Oh, that's a lie. I was gonna say I've never been told like ni hao, but that's wrong. I have been ni haoed. I think I've been ni haoed twice in France, like in the same way as Egypt, and which is crazy. And then I've told this story on stream before, but I was like asked like, where are you from? And I was like, oh, like I'm from the US, I'm from America. And the guy was like, no way. Like, he said this in French, so like I wasn't really understanding, but it was very clear that he was in denial of the fact that I was from America. And then he made like Asian eyes at me, and I was like, like, that was insane. That's so that was so insane. I was like, literally get out of my face right now. Like, anyway, yeah, the where are you really from? Yeah. When did Dracula's place? Oh, yeah, Romania, Bulgaria was really funny. It was kind of sweet, but we were because I was traveling with a group of Japanese people. We were, I think, 5 of us. Five. Yes, 5. We were in a coffee shop early morning, and this guy comes up to us, and he's like, are you guys Japanese? And everyone except me was Japanese, so they were like, oh yeah. And I was like, and then he was like, oh, my son loves Japanese culture. Can we take a picture together? So we had to take a picture with these random Bulgarian people, and like, we're just people. They don't know. Me being like, they don't know I'm a VTuber. Yeah. Walking into an Indian grocery, getting some curry, then yeah, and all them being Americans is not everywhere. Exactly, it's true. I had to learn that. You know. Yeah, like, oh my god, real Japanese people. Oh my god. And I mean, like, you can't ignore the fact that all of this happens in Asia too. Like, you hear about like people, like Caucasian people, or like I don't know, like black people getting like their picture taken in China. Like stuff like that too. Like, it's the same everywhere. I just didn't expect it to happen in Europe, and I didn't expect it to happen to me. Sounds like something that could happen to you in Japan. Yeah, exactly. It happens in so many countries. It happens in Asia just the way that it happens in Europe. I just like, as someone who comes from like as someone who's never been treated as the minority, like I just didn't realize. I like it all boils down to like my own like, my own like preconceived notions of these countries and what being a minority means, you know? To play devil's advocate, maybe he was trying to point out that you're Asian and ignorantly use an offensive symbol for it. I do not think it was malicious at all, because he was very, when I told him where I am ethnically from, he was like, oh yeah, like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Like, he was very intrigued, and he was very, like, you could tell that he was like excited to see an Asian person. But like, ooh. Like, it's just like, it's yeah, it's the ignorance in like in a developed country for me. I don't know. Should've got an autograph. I know, I would have signed Aoi Tokimori. Anyway, I had someone in rural Japan once ask me how I got my skin so white. Ah! Yeah. I think, yeah, no, I mean, it happens everywhere. I'm not saying just because Europe is racist that Japan is not racist, because Japan's hella racist. Asia is hella racist. My Asian parents who grew up in America are hella racist. Like, racism is everywhere. It's just a question of, like, how you go about, like, dealing with it to the people who you are, like, expressing interest in someone's culture is not a bad thing. Expressing, like, pointing out that someone is different is not technically a bad thing. Like, they probably know, but it's the way that you do it, right? So. Yeah. Japan's been getting better because there's more immigrants nowadays. Yeah. Japan tourists. Tourists are crazy. There's the number of tourists. When I was back in Japan 3 months ago, what? There's so many tourists. Whoa. Crazy. Globally challenged, yeah. Asian parents are really racist. Oh my god, my parents are so my parents are very racist, and I cannot repeat a lot of the things that like I've heard my family say, because I would get canceled. I would get like tangentially canceled. So I'm not gonna do that. But like, you know, we're all racist. Everyone's racist. It's just a question of like, do you make it known or not? We're all judging each other on like how we look, right? It's just, how are we gonna deal with it, right? Like, I don't know. You can be intrigued with other people without being rude. Exactly. I mean, like, asking someone, as long as it doesn't, it really is like, how does the other person take it? I mean, are you going to take offense? Like, at Uebuggy, were you offended? Were you offended when someone asked like, how you got your skin so white? Or did they come at you in a more like, or was it a child? Because like sometimes children say things like that, you know? You want to use the slur Twinkie? Did I really say that? Have I not? Did I really use the word Twinkie? I thought it was banana. I've always used banana. I wasn't canceled. Yeah, that's true. I have yet to be canceled. Thankfully. It's an older woman. Oh goodness. I thought I misheard her. Everyone's a little racist sometimes. Broad categorization is too temptingly convenient. Yes. Yeah, definitely. The increase in the amount of tourists the past few years is pretty insane. Yeah, oh my god. I was so surprised. Everyone's a little bit racist. Are you gonna be an a-hole about it, basically? Yeah, I mean, I think, like being shouted at, like, China, China is not it's not the way I'd like to start my day. At the same time, the reason I say that Europe is also similar is because like I get stared at. Like I get stared at a lot when I visit like predominantly like white places, or like even in like Sweden, and Sweden and Denmark and stuff. Everyone was really like all maybe they were like, damn, that girl's short. Maybe it had nothing to do with the fact that I was Asian. Maybe it was just that I was really damn short. Anyway. It's definitely because that is so not true. It's so not true. I was talking about this earlier, you guys, on Annie Live. I'm literally a potato. I'm literally a potato. We need to like make this a thing so that like if anyone ever like somehow finds me at like a convention or like something, like you need to be prepared. I'm a potato, okay? Like intention matters, yes. If someone's being racist to be hurtful, it's bad, but sometimes people do say stuff that's out. No, it can be hurtful. And yeah, and I mean I use the term racist a little bit more loosely than maybe I should be. But I do think that no matter, like, I think that a lot of Japanese people have very good intentions when they say things that are a little bit, but it's just, it comes from a lot of ignorance in the fact that if you don't ever talk with people like that look completely different from yourself, then you're never gonna know the correct way to interact with them either. So I think that it's like, it's all a learning experience, right? Why is there a short girl with you? Exactly, where's this girl's mother? I love my potatoes. I'm a potato. Le petit chinois. Bro! Oh my god. I don't even identify as like ethnically Chinese though. Like, I mean, maybe, am I? Maybe, I don't know, a little bit perhaps. Not really knowing. No, trust me for real, no cap. Potato. Potato's the best vegetable. I agree, actually. See, I'm not completely putting myself down. I love potatoes. I love potatoes. I was talking about this earlier today, I think, too. Oh yeah, I talked about this like an hour ago. I was like, oh, I love potatoes. Potatoes. I think I love potatoes. Oh no, it was on Annie Live. I was like, someone asked, what's your favorite food? And I was like, I think I like potatoes. Anyway. I'm at Offkai 2025. Okay, I saw that Offkai 2025 is later in the year than I expected it to be, and that actually like kind of, I don't like that it kind of works for my schedule, but like it also kind of doesn't. Like it doesn't, but it kind of does. Like I don't know about Offkai anymore. I was expecting it to be at the end of May, and I am traveling to the US again in April, I think, so I didn't, god, my carbon footprint's big. I didn't want to, like it just seemed like not a good idea to like go that many, like that's a waste of money. But like then I saw it was June and I'm like, oh damn, like it really depends. It really depends on a lot of things. So please don't buy Offkai tickets like if you really want to like physically meet me or something, because I don't know if I'll be there or not. What about sweet potatoes? Sweet potatoes are great. Cos meetup. Yeah, San Jose. I've never been to San Jose. So. Potato can always develop poison under the sun. I mean, true. It could be poisonous. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll see. It's at a far better location. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's in my brain. But it definitely depends on finances. I think that's actually big because me and Iku are doing oh, should I say this? Me and Iku are going to hang out. We're gonna do something together. Oh, that's, maybe I shouldn't have said that. But me and Iku are gonna be hanging out. So in April. So yeah. Don't remind me of the story of people dying about. Oh my god, I think it was said already. Oh, okay. Yeah, anyway, me and Iku are gonna be hanging out and cosplaying together next year, so... Like, I would have prioritized Offkai if Iku didn't say, like, I'm coming. So... Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, you guys, what am I doing tomorrow? I think I'm singing. I think I'm doing karaoke tomorrow, so I hope you can hang out. My stomach kind of hurts, so I'm gonna go. But I had a lot of fun. I had so much fun talking today. Oh, thank you for the donation. Oh my god, it's hot in here. Now that I turned on the heater a few days ago and it's really hot now. Mom. Karaoke, yes, karaoke at the normal stream time tomorrow. So, hope you hang out. Hope your stomach gets better, thank you. Buggy, thank you so much for the membership, the 26 months of membership. I think someone else did 26 or maybe I don't know how many months actually, but they did membership at the beginning. So thank you for that. And yes, I saw that it was about my stomach issues. So thank you. Go see a doctor. Thank you, Jingo. Thank you for the donation. Yeah, I didn't know. I wasn't aware that this was such like a thing. So yeah, I'll definitely look into that. I didn't know. I thought this was just something that everyone had to... I thought this was a rite of passage. I thought everyone had to go through food poisoning at some point in their life, and they just went through it. Hopefully no actual E. coli. Hopefully. Let's see. You're probably fine. Okay. Thank you. But, yeah, I had no idea. Thank you for making me aware. Do wish to direct. Thank you for the 30 months of membership. Arigato. They're singing happy membo. You just wanna lay down and cry. Not just another membo. It's 3024. Oh, you're right. Oh my god. Wow, 30 months. Thank you so much for the membership milestone. Thanks for the chats today. Singing. We'll sing tomorrow. Potato. I'm a potato. I will say that. I will say that for eternity, you guys. Food poisoning after traveling. Yeah, unfortunately. I had never gotten food poisoning in Japan. I think I had an instance where I had sushi. Funny, I had sushi. I don't eat sushi that often, but I had sushi like once, and it might have been food poisoning. I don't know, but it was pretty tame. Like it lasted for like less than like a night probably. So so the fact that this is lasting long, it is worrying, but I just thought that this was something that everyone went through. Maybe it's E. coli. Reject fan egg, return to potato. Womp womp. And Envy, thank you so much for the 14 months of membership. Arigato. Appreciate the chat, Ollie. Thank you. Thanks for chatting. What the heck? There was something to help you get over it faster. I see. That, you know what? That's... Why did someone try to log into my private Twitter from when I was, like, 16? That was not me! Okay. Anyway. I don't know. I can't believe I got, like, a login notification from a... Like, speaking of cringe, I was talking about how cringe my old social media accounts were on AniLive earlier today. Just got a notification that someone was trying to log into an extremely old account. I haven't changed their passwords. I don't even know the passwords to this. Damn. Okay, I guess I'll try to log in. Anyway. High correlation with countries that can grow potatoes in first world countries. Therefore, I was cultured. I am cultured sometimes, occasionally, and I hope I am civilized. It's their cringe now. That's true. It's all my like Menhera. It's all my Menhera tweets from when I was like 16. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I had so much fun talking that like oh my god, natural high! Natural high, you guys. I knew from the second I ended AniLive, I was like, oh, there's no way that I'm drinking any wine today, so. Good thing I didn't do that. But yeah, we're gonna sing tomorrow, so I hope that you can come and hang out. I don't have a schedule this week. I'll just end it with my movie schedule that technically I'm not even done with. Oops. I hope you enjoyed your movies, anyone who did this. But yeah, next week, or not next week, tomorrow we're gonna sing, so I hope that you'll hang out and come sing with me. Maybe, yeah, you can sing with me if you want, you don't have to. But come watch me sing if you want to. Okay, guys. I wanted to go so bad. I don't know what's on that account, nor do I think I want to know. I think it was just me being emo at 16, so I don't want to think about that. I don't know. I'm not really sure what it is. Maybe I should go try and log in and see. A lot of movies I didn't like, but it was worth it for The Thing. The Thing was really good. Really good. Yeah, there were a few I really did catch up. I'm low-key, probably like only halfway through this. But I'm determined to watch all these movies because I said I would watch them, so. It wasn't though. Feel better. Oh, thank you. Take your travels with stride. You may not change fundamentally, but experience what the rest of the world is like should bring you great insight. That's true. That's true. I think I have a lot of I kind of inadvertently put a lot of pressure onto, like, I don't know, everyone says the fact that they visited X amount of countries is so great and this and that and the other, but I don't feel any different. Like, yeah, I feel like there's some feelings there. So, oh my god, I will not use that. I will not use chat as my therapist. Anyway. Emo teen Aoi dark toonie history. It's just cringy. It's just really cringy. I was cringe. Let's not talk about it. I want to cycle back and watch Jennifer's Body. Oh yeah, Iku. That's the one that Iku was like, it's so good. Anyway, that stuff intimidates me. Therapy. Me too. Actually, no. Since I started going to therapy, like I don't know. I have different thoughts about therapy, I guess. Or cringe, because that's also. Oh no, people who travel. Yeah, there are some people who tend to wear, like, traveling as a badge. They're like, I've been to this many countries, and so I know this and that and the other. But it's like, nah, that's not necessarily true. Like, I mean, some people could travel the world and their heads could be empty. Like me. No. It works on me. I don't know why. Well, it's because I feel like people who do that assert so much dominance that you're like, oh, okay. And especially when you personally have not, like, done a lot of traveling, you also feel like, oh, this person has probably experienced so much more than I have. But it's like, no. I will tell you, as someone who has been to maybe not that many countries, I don't know how many am I at right now. I haven't counted. I haven't even put in the Balkans. I started making a list just for, like, myself, but I stopped counting. Probably, like, close to 20 now. As someone who's traveled, like, I can assure you that I don't feel like people who have traveled the world are any more woke or any more this and that and the other than people who have, like, not left their hometowns. Like, it just depends. It just depends on how you, like, think about the information that's put in front of your face. Like, you could travel the whole world, and if you can't, like, think critically about anything, then then it's over, you know. Anyway, I'm trying to shake my I've been there so I can speak on it habit, but I like to yap. But no, I think that yapping is good. Like, I think that sharing your experiences and sharing, like, things that you've seen that other people haven't, like, is good. Like, it's a good thing, and it gives people, like, new insights. But at the same time, it's just like it's just about, like, your attitude, right? It's like you just as long as you don't act like you're better because you know more things. Because there are a lot of travelers, a lot of backpackers who I think that have that sort of mentality. They're like, oh, I'm better because I can, like, put a, like, 15-pound backpack and, like, climb a mountain. But that's not the case, you know? Like, gamers have a lot of insights that I have no idea, like, out of my, like, scope of what I know. But is that cool? Yeah, it is. In my opinion. I'm setting out my MLA conversation before people talk about traveling. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, I wouldn't go up to someone and be like, you don't know anything. You don't know jack. No, I wouldn't say that. But, like, I have, like, I also just don't think that, like, your travels, like, measure your worth as a human being or, like, your wokeness. Anyway, before the internet. Yeah, perhaps. I think that it's all like as we were talking about earlier though, like there are rude people and like there are good people and bad people and stupid people and rude people and whatever in any country, you know, but it's just really how you like you take those experiences and you like think about them, right? Like you like, oh, if you can like critically think about your experiences and like think about like, oh, why did that happen? Or why did this happen? Or maybe this is why this is this way. And I don't know, if you can like take the time to like think about things like that, then it doesn't really matter where you are. You can do that anywhere. There are poor people in the US too. There are people who are in poverty, people who need help, people who this and that and the other. Like, they exist. You don't have to like fly across the globe, you know, to see it. So, traveling in spirits. Traveling is an experience. Not to diminish the value that travel has. It's good to see the world. You should if you can. But not everyone can. And your worth as a human being should not be determined by the amount of traveling that you do. Yeah, after the number of countries travel doesn't matter. Yes, I definitely agree with that. Yeah, I think that like seeing different cultures and understanding different cultures is a very important thing. It's just that like when you start wearing your number of countries as like a badge, it's kind of like okay. Time spent sitting on a plane, how cool you are. How much time like laying down at the airport during 7-hour layovers. Jeez, no, not fun. I think the cool factor is I'm seeing all these unfamiliar things. Makes them an expert, at least compared to yourself. Yeah, exactly. I think that like at the same as I was saying earlier, like all you gamers in chat, you know, like you have seen like my friend gave me like an hour lecture on the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's. I think that's pretty cool. Like, could someone who went to 36 countries like know the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's? Probably not. And I mean, like, the value in that knowledge is, like, it's whatever you make it, right? So, yeah. And, like, well, and my knowledge is that, well, I can say that if you're Asian in Egypt, they'll yell China at you a lot. That's my insight, you know? I have a lot of different insight about, I could tell you, like, who made that Vocaloid song, you know? I have different insights as well. It's just that, like, one insight is not better than the other. It's just the amount of things that you've seen and experienced and the way that you, like, process it, I guess. Anyway, I said I was gonna be done and then I yapped more. Sorry. Inventory of certain dumber things is proof travel doesn't necessarily make people better. Exactly! Most travelers only do the safe and boring places, so then bragging is kind of, yeah. There are a lot of people, especially, like, Americans who are like, I love Europe, and they've only seen Europe. Like they don't understand the world outside of like America and Europe. So yeah. Anyway, game lore. Yeah, I don't know. I don't play games. I don't particularly care to play games. Will I ever play Five Nights at Freddy's? Probably not. But hey, you know what? Sure. Like hearing about that lore. That's gonna give me more context when I watch my, like, random videos. I'm gonna call on that information someday, so. Yap addiction. I'm telling you, it's because I wasn't yapping for, like, 2 weeks. Almost 2 weeks! Jeez. Going out of the way places is definitely worth more than just going to cities. That's how I feel about a lot of sightseeing places, too. Like, I can read a lot about the Eiffel Tower on Wikipedia, or I can read a lot about the walls of this thing or that thing on the internet, but like, and seeing it of course is a good experience, but like, eating the local food is something that only you can experience with your taste buds, or like, I don't know, talking to the locals is only something that you can do while you're there. Like, I don't know. Yap withdrawal, oh, it's so real. So real. Alrighty. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna wrap it up before I just end up. Oh, there's. I said that. Thank you. Thank you very much for the donation. Arigato. Thank you. Oh, this is so generous too. Thank you so much. 5 hours of Aoi after almost 2 weeks of doom scrolling. Oh, I'm back. We're so back. We are so baroque here. Yeah, that was a lot of time spent yapping. Yeah, 5 hours total. I can't. Is that why my voice? Is that why my voice feels kind of weird? Is that why my throat feels kind of weird? I didn't even think about that. I was like, usually I stream for longer. Why the hell is my throat like not sore? But I'm like, why is my voice giving? Like, it hasn't been that long. Is it just because like I haven't been talking that much the past like 2 weeks? No, it was literally because I streamed for 2 hours before this and I didn't think about it. Okay. Thank you for the donation. Yeah, total 5 hours. I did 2 hours of Annie Live before this. That's why. Okay. Okay, you guys. I'm doing karaoke tomorrow. I hope to see you there. If you haven't like checked out me and Iku's Phantom of the Opera cover, please go check that out. It's we worked hard on it. Naki worked hard on it. It's a solid cover, I think. So yeah. Woo. Okay. Are we talking more E? That's me. That's me. Nice song in 5 hours. Hope you have your gap. My gas tank. Maybe we'll see. We'll see how long tomorrow's stream goes. Awesome. Thank you everyone. It comes in waves. Just as I was starting to read donations, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and now I'm like, I could yap more. I'm not gonna do that though. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you for the banger cover. Thank you for the bonus does. Thank you for listening to me yap. I feel like a lot of this time I feel like a lot of this is just kind of like me preaching. I don't like to sound preachy, and I hope I don't come off as preachy. Like, I just want to like yap. I just want to like have a conversation, you know. I hope we are having a discussion and it's not it doesn't like come off as preachy, because I don't know jack shit. I don't know anything. I'm a potato, you guys. So I would like to believe we're just chilling. Discussion, not preach. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't want to preach. Oh, it's our religion. Yeah, please tell me if you ever think like, oh, Aoi, you're kind of sounding preachy. Like, please tell me I'm sounding preachy, because I don't want to sound preachy. Doesn't seem preachy to me. Thank you. I'm glad. Okay, I'm glad. Okay, guys, I have yapped too much. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Okay, see you tomorrow. I love you guys very much. And see you for karaoke. Mwah, mwah, mwah. See you tomorrow. Otsumori deshita.